Today, we are playing Our Life, oh shit, the name just fell out of my head now. Beginnings and Always, there it is. Our Life, Beginnings and Always. It is a visual novel. I'm gonna be real. I've never played a visual novel before. With the exception of, I guess, Dream Daddy, I played a little bit of. But other than that, I've never actually played a visual novel before. I've watched other people play them. I've, like, seen Let's Plays of visual novels and stuff like that. But it is not a genre that I am particularly at all familiar with. I've always been unsure of how I was going to feel about it. So this is going to be a whole new experience for me in a whole bunch of ways. Not only is it my first time ever touching this game, I haven't even opened it. I've downloaded it, it's on my hard drive, I haven't even opened it yet. But I've also never really gotten into this genre before. So this is entirely new territory, entirely new territory for me. So, this comes obviously on the recommendation of Mara. Mara not only put the game on the list, single-handedly bumped it up to number 1, but Mara also gifted me the parts. There's extra parts. The base game is free and it comes with extra parts. And Mara gifted me those extra parts. So this game is happening all courtesy of Mara Dine. It is a really, really cool experience that I really want to share with y'all. We're going to try and get it up and running now. And then once it's up and running, we're going to try and capture it, get all that fun stuff sorted, and then we're going to do some story times. Yes, thank you for the shoutouts to Mara. I played a little bit of it because I wanted to stream it, but you'll watch me play it instead because, hey, it's all... Benny, you're the sweetest, and I appreciate you being here. You are incredible. Your interview today with Riggy was awesome. I'm really glad I got to catch that. Benny and Riggy had an awesome conversation today about Deluge, and all the amazing stuff that's kind of happening in the RPG Maker community. It was a really, really fun interview just all around. And you should definitely check out the podcast. The RPG Maker Cola podcast. It's fucking awesome, and you should give it a listen. PC game. I believe in you. You can find the game. Oh. Oh. Talking with Riggy makes it easier because he's a pal? Hell yeah, absolutely. So already, I can tell you this game is cute. This game is already pretty fucking cute. How are the volume levels? This is background music for Soul streams a lot of times for me anyway. Volume is good? Hell yeah. Alright, that's what I like to hear. To make sure everything is good there. Alright. Let's do a quick configuration. Ooh. This game is very bright. I might not need my key. I might not need my ring light today. Alright, we're gonna play windowed, yep. Text as fast as possible, yes. Text outline, yeah, okay, that's cool. Let's do thick, just to make it easier to read. After all the Metroid Dread I've been playing, this game is like, color! Mikey, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I hope you're having a great night. And thank you for the lurk. I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you earlier, but I hope you're doing well. Sombra, hello! Alright, new file. Welcome to Our Life, Beginnings and Always. I'm doing well, Sombra. We're about to play my first visual novel ever. There are various ways you can customize and interact with the game. This tutorial is an overview of how certain features work. I hope you're doing well, Sombra. You can read the full tutorial from the main menu, learn about everything in detail. Having this as your first VN is pretty sweet. Ooh, Benny, you are talking this up. That's exciting. To start off, the game is divided up into 3 time periods called steps. Step 1, childhood. Step 2, adolescence. Step 3, teenage. Oh shit, we're literally... I guess the game is called Our Life, but we're literally going through all the stages of, like, youth. That's cool. Our Life is further divided into sets of vignettes that take place during specific periods of time. Those are called moments. Moments can be played in any order or skipped entirely. You move on to the next step whenever you want by selecting that summer is ending. I see. Steps 1 through 3 include 5 moments each, and even more can be unlocked by purchasing DLCs. Some are out now, and others will release later on. And those are some of the things that Mara has gifted me. A lot happens over the years that go by, especially in regard to the player you play as. You determine nearly everything about the main character: name, appearance, personality, pronouns, interests, skills, their relationships with major characters, and so on. You can decide to change these details as time goes on, with a few exceptions. Your last name, skin tone, and eye color cannot be altered once set. Oh, that's cool. So you can totally adjust gender and personality as you go on, which makes perfect sense, because those things change. Much of the main character's basic traits are determined on a character creation screen. As the main character grows up, more options become available on the screen. Oh, that's really cool. As mentioned, one of the decisions you get to make for your character is selecting a name. You can type in any name you like, or pick a preset name. Preset options are called voiced names because the name will be voiced aloud by the romantic lead. You get to hear him say your name as you play through the story. I think I will choose one of the voice names because I like that. I like being able to have that. Normally I like to come up with my own name, but I think I'll choose one of the presets just to have a voiced name. Only the default name Jamie is included in the base game. Hundreds more can be added by getting a free voice name expansion DLC, which I think I grabbed. I hope I grabbed it. I remember downloading it. A full collection of names is separated out as a DLC because of how large it is. If you're not interested in that feature, you do not need to get it. Corpse, hello! Each name in the DLC belongs to, or was selected by, someone who supported this project. Oh, that's really sweet! On the character select screen, there's a cute doll you can decorate to get an idea of what your main character looks like with the different traits put together. Not all the things you decide about the main character appear on the doll. The script referencing what you've decided for the main character is the main way those decisions influence the game. We're doing a visual novel tonight! Our Life has a first-person perspective, so your character doesn't appear next to other character sprites. You only see the main character as the decorative doll and in special cutscene CG images. The cut-in CGs only appear if certain choices are made. It's possible not to see any during a playthrough. Aw, shit. There is also a second type of special main character-based screen, the Interest Comfort screen. Unless you get the DLCs, the game has one love interest, Cove Holden. He grows up with the main character, and the Interest Comfort screen is crucial for determining how that plays out. Interest level sets how much you like him. There are 4 levels: Disinterest, Fond, Crush, and Love. Love is only available in Step 3, and if you were fond or at crush in Step 2. Comfort determines how you generally react, think when it comes to him. There are 3 levels: nervous, relaxed, and direct. Hell yeah! Level of interest and comfort will set the type of dynamic your character has with the love interest. What you did in the past will influence the present, and feelings can change over time. You get to pick your interest comfort near the beginning of every step. Comfort can switch between the 3 levels as you please. Your interest level can only stay the same or increase. Current level of interest will become the new lowest option on the screen in the future. This is way more complex than most visual novels, yeah! If you decide to be fond in Step 1, Disinterest will not be available in Steps 2 and 3. I see. And this is also interesting because not only is this explaining the game, but it is in a weird, interesting sort of way, kind of giving us some content warnings that yes, there is romance in this, and there might be like romantic contact and stuff, and kind of gives you that heads up, which is really cool. It's a really gentle way to give people some content heads up. Not that this game is going to be like raunchy or anything, but it just gives you that warning, which I think is nice. Starting in step 3, the touching can become more romantic or suggestive if you're at crush or love. See, this is what I'm talking about. It lets you know that this is happening. That's really cool. To make sure things go nicely like with that, there will be an extra choice to determine initiative level and a bonus mini tutorial that goes along with the choice to explain the feature in more detail. Cool. Basically, even if you decide you like Cove, the game won't force you to act on those feelings. Hell yeah. Okay. Well thought out, just all around here. This is fucking great. Always choose to not get together with him, choose not to accept or give a romantic gesture if you decide to date Cole, though you cannot break up with him later. Okay. Interest comfort gets the basics down, but it's the choices that appear throughout the game's events that actually decides what happens. And it isn't only the main character who's impacted by your decision. Cove grows and changes over the years. How he's treated and what he experiences helps shapes who he becomes. In 2 and 3, personality, appearance, and interest will vary based on what happened in the previous step. Cool. It's something of a mystery exactly how your decisions end up changing him. You can try to guess as you go along. Or if you prefer, you can also just design your own ideal Cove using the Cove Creator option that pops up at the beginning. That's cool, but I'm going to let him just be who he's going to become. I think that's cool. Making the choices you want is always more important than making a choice because you feel like you have to in order to get a certain result. When a choice does appear, usually see that hovering the cursor over an option shows yellow, blue, or green colors. They aren't related to specific points or effects. They're only there to give a bit of insight on the tone and motion of the choice, since text alone potentially can be read in more than one way. Cool. Blue is casual, straightforward, yellow for emotive, reactive, and green less certain or uncommitted. Even giving us like tone indicators, like that's cool. Hundreds of options are life, not every choice menu falls in line with that pattern. Picking just one color every time doesn't give a gameplay benefit. Only stick to a certain type if that's what you happen to like, otherwise switch between them freely. One sentence just immediately called out BioWare. Always pick yellow, never pick yellow, pursue romance right from the start, never romance a love interest, be disagreeable or amiable, none of them will lead to a bad ending, just a different one. You're welcome to enjoy the events and shape the story without reservation, and then, if you like, you can play again to try something new. There's only ever more good content to discover. We hope you'll have a nice time with our life. Thank you for playing. Nice! Let's make a cute person. You good, Pella? Alright, we're gonna go Peachy. The thing about the choices was amazing. Yeah, that shit was awesome. Curled, flowy, short, medium, smooth. Ooh, hang on. Long. Nice. In which I have a preference for all of my pro tags, that they have gray or white hair. The stealth left terrace run. Yeah, baby left terrace. I can't wait till I get gray hair, TBH. Honestly, like, So I'm starting to get some gray hairs, and the only reason why I'm mad about it is that it's not just all immediately gray. If I'm gonna go gray, let's just do it and get it over with, honestly. Hang on, we'll turn it back on if I need it, but I'm gonna turn off my ring light, because I am getting so flooded out right now. Okay, I did get the voice names. Alright, let's see what voice names we've got. Holy shit, there are a lot. Hang on. It's not gonna be there, but if Lefteris is here, I'm going to laugh forever. Give me Lefteris. Damn it. It was worth a try. If Lefteris was there, we were gonna take Lefteris. And it was going to be a baby Lefteris story. Sinestra? Do we want to check to see if there's Sinestra? If Lefteris was there, you would have told me. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. There are a lot of names here. This is awesome. You change the spelling once you pick the pronunciation? Fuck yeah. Yo, that is a fucking cool name. Whoever's name is Wisp-Thera, whoever you are out there, your name is fucking cool. Yo, there are a lot of really fucking good names. Holy shit. Like, you don't even really need to, like, make a custom name. There's so many good ones here already. Force trans people to play this game before they choose a name. Oh no. I'm seeing so many better ideas than Alice. Oh no. Wow, I'm shook. These are all really good names. Alice is a great name. Alice is a wonderful name. And if it's the name that fits you, if it's the name that feels good, then that's the right name. It's consistently comfortable enough, and that's perfect. I'm gonna go with Cygnus. Oh, you're on the list! The voice lines aren't loud enough? We can probably change that, yeah? Oh, that is really quiet. Huh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, once we're in game, we can change that. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, never mind. We just
Cygnus.
That's better. Cygnus is a good name. So I picked that because I'm a Mars Volta nerd, and there is, in one of the Mars Volta albums, there's a character named Visman Cygnus, and Cygnus is the last name. It means swan. Swan is close to goose. That is true. Can I get a honk? I'm very, very, very tempted to make the last name Visman so that it is like the reverse of Visman Cygnus from TMV. But also the Ugly Duckling story true. Actually, you know what? This is a soft game. This game is very soft. And we'll salute to one of the best Canadian musicians ever. We'll do the last name of Downey, because down is feathers. Here. We're getting soft in this game, y'all. Gonna decide on. I don't know if I want to keep black eyes though. Yeah, let's go purple eyes. Let's do it. Purple. Birthmarks. What are my options? We got scars. We got freckles. Cygnus is also a wonderful constellation. Hand size. We'll do medium. Oval, oval, circle, circle, rectangle, half oval, half oval. Summer is a fitting theme. Yeah, this takes place over summer, doesn't it? There we go. The reckless kid. The reckless kid who definitely got injured once. Yeah. I think we are done. Let's do it. There we go. And so it begins. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usually sleepy town began to bustle. It was a popular tourist destination, with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air. Oh, thank you for pointing that out. I actually completely forgot he was there because I thought I'd changed him out. Bye, Fisherman Kenneth. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it.
Everybody needs a little salt.
Thank you. During the summer, your moms didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved, or asked how your family was, or most often, just said hello. You didn't really get why they always had to say hi, they saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyway. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people since most of the tourists came and went every summer were the same ones. You were too anxious to say hi back to most other residents that greeted you, but they all you well enough to expect that. This one. You enjoyed learning all about where they were visiting from and hoped to visit those places one day too. But today, there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your moms called it. So, for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your moms had a talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. You hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You think it could be okay to talk to new people? They mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. You remember that it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to worry about being polite then. Let's be real.
Nani?
Kid doesn't listen to shit. But you weren't sure about this man yet. What's the nani for? Still, you felt a bit scared knowing he was blocking the way to your front door. You were pretty interested. You wanted to know more about what's going on. Whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered. Do we dodge him? Do we talk to him? Should we be nervous? I'm going to use the power of being a protagonist. Find out what's going on. You slowed down, your eyes remaining fixed on the man. There was a split second where your eyes met and you knew he was aware he wasn't alone on the street anymore. Hey! You raised your eyebrows at the shout. Did he want something? Is that why he was here? The man stood up and started to make his way toward you. Not wanting to seem too approachable, you folded your arms and stared. Still unsure about him, but willing to be friendly, you offered the stranger a smile. Your whole body was frozen in place as he approached. Alright, now he's coming towards me. Is this game gonna make me cry? It might, Chessie. Good to see you. Oh shit, Mara, your battery's died. Let's give him the stare. Let's give him the stare. Give him one of these. So, you live around here? What's your name? You looked the man up and down, taking in his tan skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. Yeah, I live here. You don't need to know my name yet. That's great! He looked happy to hear it, giving you a broad smile. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20... Turn down the music a bit? Okay, cool, thank you. This should be in the menu. Yeah, press X to concern here. Or is it in config? Config. There we go. Yeah, we'll turn the music down just a little bit more. Put it about there. So that way I can softly read this. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him.
Well...
Could you do me a favor? Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have... Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier. I have a son. His name is Cove. Who's about your age? Cove, that seemed like a strange name for an actual living person to you. You chewed on the inside of your cheek. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. Of course this is the dad of somebody named Cove. That scans perfectly. Are you bribing me to be friends? If so, gimme. You thought that was pretty cool. I actually do think Cove is a cool name. You've never met anyone with that name. Double diagnosed with Surfer Dude. Yeah, it is definitely a the condition is definitely fatal. Cove's dad. I just read him with the voice of Crush from Finding Nemo. Yeah, true. We moved in across the street, see? He gestured to the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be Cygnus Downey, right? I met your moms earlier, and they told me you were 8, just like him, so... He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. Can ya try to be friends with the boy? He's literally bribing us to be friends with his son. Oh my god, dude. Just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him. Honestly, though, I get it. This is like Parent Nerves 101. Probably just moved his kid halfway across the country and he lost all of his friends. And 8 years old is a shitty time to start over and make friends. Like, I get what Dad's trying to do here.
Do you mind?
But you gotta keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. I accept cash and credit. Yeah, Pella's like, yeah, I'm in. You eyed the man. You kind of felt sorry for Cove. Did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendships? I do feel sorry for Cove. This definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that. What do you say? Want to make a deal? But I'm also an enterprising 8-year-old boy. Yeah, I'll take the money. That's the look of a dad who didn't... This is the look of a dad who didn't expect me to actually take the money. Yo, as someone who their childhood friends were forced to be their friends because of their parents, this cuts deep. No, Corpse, I feel you. Like, been there. Been there. You carefully plucked the bill from his outstretched hand, grinning at the thoughts of what you could do with that much cash. All the sweets you could ever want. Ticket to the newest movie at the cinema. Cute stuffed animal you saw in town. Cost a few dollars to set up a library card yet. With this, you could pay for it yourself instead of having your moms do it. Can we appreciate that Cove's dad is a total dilf? Oh my god, Pint. He is cute. He is cute. You weren't even sure yet. New movie. You're already planning to ask your moms to take you. And that was just the start, you thought. The sky was the limit with that kind of amount. $20? That might as well be $1 million. He's so androgynous and I'm kind of gay for it. Valid. The man smiled at you, his eyes crinkling at the sides as he did. Great, that's great. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbors today, but... well, I don't know where he's gotten off to. He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. Holy shit, I'm Cove. I'm Cove. When my mom moved across the fucking province when I was 11, I had just broken my arm. And I moved to the middle of fucking nowhere and lost all my friends, and it was the roughest thing. I'm fucking Cove. Congrats, Salt, you get to date yourself. Let's go. Here I thought I was the main character. Turns out I'm the love interest. My cast wasn't pink, though. It was like lime green. It is the most double Leo thing. The two definitions of I'm fucking Cove. Oh no. You're the love interest in all of our stories, Salt. Orbs. Sure thing. This definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that, but you were still going to hell. The man smiled and reached out to pat you on the head, paused before doing so, and then pulled his hand away instead. This game is called Our Life, Beginnings and Always. Your moms are already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. Now I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. I thought he might come back and that's not what's important. I have to go. Thanks again, Cygnus. So much. He jogged off down the street without another word. You decided to check the hills behind your house. Step 1. First sight. The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. Oh, now this part's really quiet. I'm worried that this is gonna, like, get really loud in a second, but just in case. From atop the hill, you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore and the seagulls squawking as they settled down for the night. You always loved the ocean. It was so much fun. You loved to hear stories about the sea, about the merfolk and sea serpents you imagined living far beneath the waves. You didn't enjoy the beach all that much, especially the sand, which got absolutely everywhere. No game. I am not Anakin Skywalker. Once the music kicks in, it's going to be loud? Yeah. Okay, I'll turn it back down. I am not Anakin Skywalker. I am not Anakin Skywalker. We love to hear the stories about the sea, about the merfolk and sea serpents you imagine living far beneath the waves. That's the answer. I can't believe this game just Anakin'd us. Anakin Salt Shaker. Oh my god. That's what Anakin Skywalker would say. I'm Anakin Skywalker, fuck that sand. My salt powers have gone more powerful than you can even imagine. Okay, let's get back to it. Sometimes you could almost convince yourself you had seen the flash of a shiny mermaid's tail in the distance. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try and relax, but you couldn't. Oh no. Could someone make Salt as Anakin Skywalker? Oh my god. Kitty Garden, hello! The power of salt, the source of all life. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. We were playing Our Life for the first time. This is the first time I've ever played a visual novel, actually. And I'm really enjoying this so far. This is very sweet.
Everybody needs a little salt.
Yes, thank you very much. Oh my god, Alice, is this actually happening? Oh god. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. There was a boy sitting atop of one hill, almost completely hidden within the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. Thank you for the lurk, Corpse. 2 salt shitpost arts in 1 week. Yeah, it's happening. Love you, Corpse. Thank you for sticking around, or for lurking and being here. Oh my god. I think we found Cove, everybody. Those are really cute glasses. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden within the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. I wish my hair looked this good when I was 8. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. Oh my god, Alice. Yeah, go for it. I give you permission. Go ahead. Have fun with it. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a bit like you'd found a deer in the wild. Though deer didn't have green hair, wavy eyebrows, huge glasses, pink casts, sad frowns. Hey Salt, I'm stealing your likeness like a girl boss. Alright, bet. Definitely the green hair is actually the thing that drew my attention right away. The glasses second, but the green hair. But this new boy did. You watched as it fluttered softly around his face in the breeze. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another. The mint hair is really nice. And then he glanced your way. Oh my god, he actually did too. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him and to show you weren't scary. Hi. Hey, Space Cadet. Are you lost? Let's just go with the soft hi. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balling into fists at his sides. Ooh, okay, we're startled easily. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks and his knees, soaking the hems of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. You obviously caught him off guard. Sad boy. He's all alone in a new town. His pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight, though when he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man earlier had said stuck out to you. Cove? Eyes wide, he studied you. How did you know that? You touched the money in your pocket, feeling it crinkle beneath your fingertips. I'm all-knowing, lucky guess, I met your dad. I'm just gonna be honest.
Oh.
Uh-oh. So, is this your hill? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. Can't own a hill. You shook your head. While doing so, you also picked out a strand of lint on your leg. What a weird question to ask someone. Oh. He sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white flowers that covered this hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. The night wind was cool as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why'd your family move? quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Almost like they never stopped, his tears started up again with a vengeance. We're not doing so hot on this interaction here. My parents... they don't want to live together with me anymore. Bean, what's good? Also, yes, Cove is just me. Okay. Split parents too? Yeah, let's go. How you doing, Bean? We're in our feels tonight. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave, and he took me with him, and now we have a house here, and I want to go home. Get this kid some therapy. Yo, therapy ain't cheap. Yeah, we're having a sad moment here. The outburst took you off guard, but by the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. Poor thing indeed. Let's be Canadian at him. That solves everything, right? Oh, you remember this game? Have you played this before, Kitty? He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. You felt bad for him, being forced to come here with no choice. My friend showed me this game and we play it together. Oh, that's awesome, Kitty. That's super cool. You couldn't imagine what it would feel like to live with only one of your moms, but it must be pretty hard. But, from way off in the distance, you heard your parents. You have 215 hours in this game, Mara? That's wild. Cygnus!
Cove?
Thanks, Cove's dad. I love how you have mom and you have mommy. That's nice. That's cute. Kids, where did you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go home. It will be okay. You were struck by a sudden need to reassure Cove. It's not gonna be all be fun, but isn't he your family too? Yeah, I guess. Then you can count on him when you really, really need him. You shot him a grin and pushed yourself to your feet. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Heavy feels game. Cove, can you hear me? He looked towards the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away while rubbing his not bandaged arm.
Sorry.
Sorry, I still don't want to go. Many, many feels, most of them really good. I'll wait silently with him. Yeah, I get it. You do? Before you could answer, you heard Cove's dad, even closer than before. There you are, bud! The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all of their eyes landed on you, and they rushed over. Yo, those are our parents? Those are Cygnus's parents? Alright. The surfer is Cove's dad. Why are all the parents in this game hot? I'm so gay. Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Hella, uh-oh. Damn. Everyone's just like... Everyone is just like... Literally, it's... Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy... Like, that's what's happening in my chat right now. Everyone is hot in a visual novel. It's pretty true. Yo, bae. How's it going? That was the one. It's okay. I'll do it. It's my stream. Cygnus, you're here after all. We'd been at the park to check for Cove, and then I heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. Ooh, Joe's moving Outer Wilds up again. I'll get that in a bit, but I will definitely take care of that, Joe. No, we're just sitting in the grass. Why is everybody acting like this is such a big thing? Cove didn't want to go home just yet. We're okay, don't worry. I'm not going to out Cove's feelings. We're just going to say, no, we're just sitting in the grass. Thank God you're both fine. Were you two having fun out here? You looked over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. Cygnus, we just met the kid! That last option, Cygnus, relax! You shrugged. Yes, I like him. I think he's good. I'm gonna marry him. I will say that I like him. I do think that he's a cute kid. You nodded, smiling slightly. Are the straights okay? I mean, in this case, this is all gay. This is all gay, baby. U-Haul lesbian make U-Haul gay. Did D20 not work? Oh no, is my Nightbot broken? Oh, it's because it's a reply, I see. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned to the three of you.
That's a relief.
Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Your moms are married, so why wouldn't you marry a boy, right? Yeah, absolutely. It was more just a case of Cygnus as a kid immediately being like, I'm gonna marry him. Just like first sentence. Good thing Cygnus knows this area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove. Some kids are like that. That's true.
Bye.
Aww. Cove's so sad. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading toward the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper play date tomorrow, okay? Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? Sure, can I show him my stuff? It sounds like words. You nodded, ducking your head down. Yeah, we're gonna fucking play games. It's gonna be great.
Of course.
My brain is making dial-up noises. Perfect. Of course. Then okay. Both of your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Which one is mommy? Because I feel like I could call them mommy. I think it is the mom. I think mom on the left is mommy. Yeah. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Choose feelings for Cove. Let's go. We chill. And I'd say, I wouldn't call it a crush, but I would say we're fond of him. Seems pretty rad. Begin step 1 at relaxed fondness. You won't be able to change again until step 2. Yes. Wish it was this simple IRL, right? At the breakfast table the next morning, you finished your food faster than usual. A visual novel interface would make life a bit easier. Absolutely. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Instead of discovering that I've been confusing platonic and romantic feelings for months, why can't I just select it from a list? Why not? Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. Excited to see your new friend again, Cygnus? Yeah, I am.
How sweet.
Yeah, let me quickly make an Excel spreadsheet of how I feel about everyone. Perfect. Can we get a PowerPoint presentation as well? I'm so happy he moved in.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Your bowl was entirely empty, so you nodded. Right Mom is staring into my soul just a bit, though. It is a bit of a direct eyes. Mm-hmm. Good job. Should be here soon. Cleanup began, and then on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud, though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. There it is! She's the business lesbian of the pair. There you go. Oh, are you getting something, Pella? I'm not getting anything. I know. Cygnus, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Hey, Downey family. Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were there. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room, and when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him, and Mom and Mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. Aww. Threaded bracelet, crystal bead bracelet, flower bead bracelet, shell bracelet. Okay, I kinda love the irony of Cygnus being like, man, this guy really fucking loves the ocean. Meanwhile, I'm wearing a shell bracelet. Let's go play in my room.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care.
Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids. Oh, to be 8 and not have to fight with chairs.
See you.
See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a bit at the sight of your treasures. Oh, that's weird, Pella. I'm sorry. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, and a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. I drew that. Wishing I painted my room seafoam green. There you go. Cool. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the wall. He started to feel a bit nervous. You felt the atmosphere was kind of awkward. You were glad for the company. You hoped he liked your room. Glad for the company. Sig, just shut the fuck up with this bad mentality. It's why I didn't pick it. It was nice to have someone new to play with. Then his eyes landed on the tiny box of beach things you'd collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
You have any driftwood in there? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. The daybed is really cute, it's true. I think so. Yeah, see? You gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand.
Neat.
Neat. This is a good collection. You got the sense from the tone in his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like Shiloh. He actually meant it. Oh, who's Shiloh? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Shiloh is going to be here today. Guess we're going to find out. Sand! Run away, Pint. Run away. Shiloh? Lizzie's friend. Or, like, her #1 fan, I guess? Do I have to see him? It should be okay. I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine. But, you know. Come on, check out my shells some more. I found this one under a big piece of seaweed that had washed ashore, and... You pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one, and holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past few years, you had even learned some of their scientific names. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for all of them. Your voice faltered a little bit, but you kept going as best as you could. Story time! Apparently fascinated either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. Like when you almost got pinched by a hermit crab while searching for shells, and after watching him scuttle back into the ocean, you found another empty shell that was almost like a twin to his home. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then, while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mummy was not giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would have been a bad idea. Yep, that's why we're saying jack shit. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Great! Hell yeah! I don't give a shit about this Shiloh person. We got shells. Bust it open. We can keep looking while we wait for Shiloh. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this is the best of them. Ooh! Do we give Cove the shell? I don't like the middle answer. I either want to say that's my favorite too, or we're just gonna straight up give it to him. Fuck it. There's a million shells. He can have it. He could use the pick me up right now. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? Uh-huh, but I don't want to take it from you. It's okay. You got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. You insisted, you let it go. I'm gonna insist. No, it's okay for you. You pushed the shell against Cove's chest, willing him to receive the present. But Cove firmly shook his head and kept his arms tightly at his sides. Maybe it was a battle you couldn't win, at least not today. Cove was your neighbor now. Maybe you could give it to him another time. The two of you were still sitting on the floor, looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but it didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. You'll be alright. He's here. We can't tell him to leave. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked onto the back of the house. Yeah, your friend's dad paying you to start the friendship is one of those things you take to your grave. Yeah, absolutely. 500%. I can go out the window. He was already walking towards it. Oh my god. Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward and then paused. You want to break your other arm? Shiloh is the least scary person alive. Cheer up, Shiloh's gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll come with you. Good idea. Let's go. Are we just gonna fucking bail on this Shiloh motherfucker? I kinda wanna just bail on this guy. Not sure, but you're definitely getting neurodivergent vibes from Cove. Yeah, maybe. At the very, 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 very least, very, very shy, very, very introverted. I mean, it's you, Salt, so... yeah, I mean... Would my dumbass 8-year-old self do this? 500%. Literally, I'm like, you're right, let's get the fuck out of here. Hurry, they'll see where we're going. He glanced back at you, then nodded. The two of you made your way to the window together. It wasn't much of a distance to clamber out, but by the time you landed gently in the bushes, you looked up to see that Cove was already taking off away from the house. He was fast, but you knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast. You knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast, but neither were you. At that speed, you weren't sure if you could go fast enough to reach him. We're both fast. Sonic speed! Cove! You ran as fast as your legs would take you, grass whipping around your ankles as you did so. Zoomy boys! Cautiously, Cove slowed to a halt and looked back at you. Where are you going? I don't know. Somewhere else. I just don't want to see... Cygnus! You looked back and saw Shiloh huffing down the hill after you, the backpack he clutched bouncing all around along the way. Where are you going? Can I come? He must have seen you leaving out the window and followed behind. Damn it!
Hi!
Damn it! Damn it! Oh, hi! Are you Cove?
Yeah.
I'm Shiloh. Okay. Yep, are we going back, or are we gonna play outside? Oh, but they're so cute though. Sure. But also, be cute over there. Shiloh's eyes moved between you and Cole. The smile remained strong on his face. It got a tiny frown from Cove in response. You were just grateful he hadn't asked you why you'd been running away. Inside, we left the box on the floor. I don't know, I identify with Shiloh. I do not see you in Shiloh at all, Pella. Right, my shells and stuff. We have to make sure they're okay.
Okay.
With Shiloh trailing behind, you and Cove headed back toward the house. The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach things some more. The outfit is cute. Little sailor kid. You weren't really in the mood to do much else, especially if Cove was having fun. Just oblivious that no one wants to hang out. Pella. Shiloh is tiny and I do not like him. I only don't like... I would like Shiloh better if he wasn't third-wheeling this friendship right now. So, my annoyance with Shiloh is more plot-based than anything. Alice, I have bad news for you about me. No, but Pella, you are tiny and wonderful. There's a difference. Hey, check out this scallop shell I found. Cool, right? It's a pretty color, kind of like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. This kid has done nothing so far. You are right, Pella. This kid has done nothing so far. He was set up very poorly. He was set up very poorly by the plot. He came in with really bad expectations. Pink is a nice color. Okay.
Oh?
Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green. Or blue. It might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool. Okay, Shiloh's trying. I will give Shiloh credit. So far, he is trying.
I guess.
I guess. I like those colors too.
Awesome.
Both of them smiled. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? Don't know.
Aw.
Aw. Where'd she go? I think she's at the beach, probably. Is she playing at her park? Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park, and he looked towards you.
Ah.
There's a park? Yep, but it's old. Can you show me? I want to go. He started getting up before you had even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do too, right, Cygnus? The park is fun. Park is pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun stuff to do. And lots of sand. It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it would be cool. So, are we gonna find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just wanted to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. Yeah, Shiloh's not so bad. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short, she should always be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Cygnus! Shiloh! Hi! She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now, Cove was here. Yeah, the setup made him sound a lot worse than he actually was. Now that he's here, he's actually really great. He's pretty cute. You wondered if he would leave too. Who's that? Hey look, it's our sister Lizzie! It's Cove. He's new.
Hi.
I remember. Hi, Cove. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. She gestured widely with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wiggle your toes through the warm sand. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Sand! Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom says your sickness is age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. What about the other kids? Being barefoot at a beach that I haven't done forever, it's been a long time. Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Shiloh is just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of the ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth.
Oh.
Oh. For a second, it looked like he might cry again. Something in his eyes shifted, and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads, or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Only some of them don't like kids. Stop saying stuff like that. You're gonna upset him. I don't think I ever rolled one time as a kid. I got cut Megababus and broken glass buried in the sand. Oh, that really sucks, Bae. I'm sorry. I grew up on a beach, not an ocean beach, but I grew up on one of the Great Lakes. I grew up on Lake Erie, and so I was 5 minutes from a beach my entire life, and so I just I didn't wear socks for years, except for in the winter time. But basically, as soon as school was out for the summer, I basically didn't wear socks for 3 months because I was just on the beach for 3 months. It was amazing. You interjected quickly, hoping Cove wouldn't start crying again. He sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't even seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. I'm barely 5 kilometers from a beach, but I hate it because of, guess what? Sand! Used to walk around barefoot so much that when we would go, even on the gravel road at my grandparents' beach house. Yep, I would also do that. Shiloh was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Cygnus in school. You'll see a ton of kids once summer is over. I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Shiloh looked down to the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking up conversations with Cove. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. At Shiloh's discomfort, at how weird she thought Cove was, at something else entirely you didn't really know, but she laughed, her face scrunching up.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird, Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it. You offered him a small smile, and that, at least, looked to reassure him some. For the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Shiloh, and on some days, when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and the beach were. During your first summer together, you really liked Cove. He was a fun person to play with, and he seemed to like playing with you too. Of course, that was only the start of things. Oh no, why aren't the DLC things there? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Let's save real quick. That's really weird. I accepted the things. Alright. I thought I did, because like I clicked the links, because I got the emails with the links and the gifts, and I clicked them and I thought I downloaded them. I'll use this opportunity to take a quick break. So I will do a quick 5 or so minute break. Since we saved, we can always reopen this. I'm gonna get some more water, and then I'm gonna try and re-download the DLC real quick, because I would like to do those extra DLCs. So yeah, I'll be back in about somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. I'll put up like 7 just to give myself time to download the things. And when I come back, we'll see if we can get these DLCs to go. Because I thought I downloaded them. Alright, give me 7 minutes. We will be back at it shortly. Alright, so we still have these 5 moments we can do. Alright. So let's do these 5 moments tonight, or as many of them as we can in the next couple hours. And then hopefully we can get the DLC situation sorted out by next week. Alright, let's do the shopping one. Alright. It is time to fight Valve. I feel like it won't be that big of a fight because there's the evidence that it was sent to me and the evidence that it's not in my library. So I feel like it'll be as easy as them just putting it into my account and calling it a day. That should be all there is to it, really. It's just not something I can do at 10:30 p.m. While I'm on stream, so that was my only concern. But we have this to do, so that's perfectly fine. We'll do them later. Alright, let's get into it. Come back before it gets dark, alright, sport? The familiar voice drifted across the street and drew your attention away from the snail you've been watching inch slowly across the pavement. Cove waited in front of his dad, pushing his green hair back off his face from where the breeze was blowing it over his glasses. He looked to only be paying a mild amount of attention as he was being handed a few slips of green paper. No, we should definitely contact Valve as a collective. Just show the fuck up on Valve's front step and just being like, Valve! I want my cute visual novel DLC, you motherfuckers! Apparently the voice named DLC was added to my library on December 31st, 1969. Yeah. Dear Valve, give Salt the DLC and Portal 3. And also Half-Life 3. Basically, Valve count to 3 challenge. 22-person call. Yeah, it's just 22 of us and Valve just being like, it reminded you of when you first met Mr. Holden, although he's probably not paying Cove to be friends with himself. Oof. Cove's dad seemed to feel your gaze somehow, or maybe you made a noise, because a second later his eyes were on you. He waved you over with a smile. He looked happy to see you, but you still feel a little weird for getting caught. You gotta learn how to be more sneaky. We'll impress them with our hair, Salt. They won't be able to say no. Yeah, just all of us. Just hair. Give us Half-Life 3. Give us Half-Life 3. Give us Half-Life 3. Give us Half-Life 3. And also Portal 3. And also the DLC. And also, I don't know. Be good. I don't know. We do have good hair. This group does have good hair. It is true. You rushed your hands together to free them of sand, and then jogged over to join the two, smiling at Cove first, and then his dad. Left 4 Dead 3? We're never getting Left 4 Dead 3. Left 4 Dead 3 is never happening. It's called Back 4 Blood. Mine is meh. but you have other good qualities. Joe, you are awesome.
Cygnus.
That's us. We're Cygnus.
How's it going?
Good to see you again. What excitement are you up to today, Cygnus? Taking a walk. I found a pretty cool snail across the road. There's lots of snails around here. Mr. Holden grinned at you kindly. After you finished answering the question, Mr. Holden's attention returned to Cove, who was preoccupied with folding the bills he had into a tiny rectangle. You're off to bed. Have a good rest of the stream. Thank you for hanging out. You have a great night. Always appreciate you being in here. Sleep well. And hopefully we see you soon. And thank you for the resub. Holy shit. Hell yeah. Sounds fun. You know, Cove was about to hit the stores by the beach. Why don't you go with him? Yeah, good night, dude. You gave a ready nod, turning to squint in the direction of the stores like you could see the goods they had to offer all the way from where you stood. Oh, is that okay?
Yeah.
Aw, Cove doesn't mind. We're the only one that Cove likes. We're the only one that Cove likes. Fuck everybody else. We're the only one that Cove likes. Let's go. Great. I'm sure you guys will have loads of fun. Mr. Holden reached into his pocket and pulled out a leather wallet filled with money. You found it odd since your mom's only ever seemed to have cards in theirs. Mr. Holden deals in straight cash, baby. Here. He leaned in to pass a crisp 10 to Cove, giving him a wink and a whisper. Get something for your friend, too. Sure.
Good kid.
That's my boy. Oh, Salt Plays Dating Sim? It's a visual novel. I mean, it might turn into a dating sim. We're both kids right now. We're both like 8 years old, but it kind of apparently goes through our whole lives. This is the first time I've ever done a visual novel. This game is very gay and trans and ace and wholesome. It's lovely. It's great. Cove's dad ruffled his son's hair as he was straightening back up. The bill in his hand still held out towards the green-haired boy. This game is just very... That person doesn't look 8 years old, but the one in the center is a kid. This one up here is our friend's dad. Oh, that's his dad. Yes, yeah, that's his dad. Yeah, that's father. That's papa. That person doesn't look old enough to be a dad. He looks just old enough to be a dad. Because, like, technically speaking, I could be a dad. I'm 31. He looks 17. I mean, he's drawn young, but everybody's drawn young, right? It's the art style. Everybody looks very, very, very young. Listen, guys, it's anime. No one ever looks the right age. Armitage, so good to see you. Coming in with the facts. Coming in with the facts. Take care. He's too shiny and he has too much hope in his eyes. He doesn't look old enough because he doesn't look like life has defeated him. I'll have you know, I watched a whole anime movie in class today and people looked old. Some art styles do that. Also, many people look very similar from their late teens through their 20s. I mean, some people do, other people don't. I look at a picture of me when I was 19 compared to how I even looked like 4 years ago, and they look completely different. When I was 19, I looked like I was tiny. Because Miss Hokusai was good. Ooh, okay, cool. You followed after him, intrigued at the possibilities this outing might bring. Cove strayed towards the gentle tide creeping up the sand, and you fell into place beside him. Definitely doesn't have the same art style as this. Yeah, exactly. I look completely different just a year ago, though being trans is kind of cheating. I'm sure. I feel like there might be some other differences, like there might be some other differences in visual appearance. Even just aesthetics can change in a year, right? But even like for me, being trans is the game genie of life. Oh my god, the action replay. Like, my hair is 2 feet longer. I wish my hair could grow that fast. I wish my hair could grow that fast. If it was up to me, I would have hair, like, all the way down to my ass. Like, full on, fucking, just, like, all the way down. I would do that if I could. Cove strayed towards the gentle tide creeping up the sand, and he fell into place beside him. It was a nice day. The sun was shining, and there weren't many clouds in the sky, though the wind coming off the ocean kept it from being too hot. You took in a deep breath, enjoying the scent of salt and ocean air. When you looked at Cove, he was dragging his feet through the sand a little, and you slowed down to wait for him. I'm so pissy my hair won't grow long. I know, I really wish it would. I don't think I've changed that much, but I generally rebuff the idea of aging. See, I'm not talking about it in a bad way. Like, I very clearly have aged. But some of that I don't think really necessarily has to do with the fact that I'm 31. And I think some of it just has to do with the fact that I have lived a life of a poor person working minimum wage jobs. And that shows on my face. Sometimes genetics says no long hair. I know, you got long hair genes, I did not. It's true, mine never managed to get past the shoulder blades. Mine gets a little further than that, but not much further past. His eyes searched the ground intently. Are you looking for snails? Are you looking for shells? What is it? You didn't feel the need to ask why. What is it? Nothing. He kept staring down at the ground, though. I'd rather eat sand before working retail again. Uh-huh. I did 14 years of it. You bit down on your lip a little, wanting to say something else, but not knowing what. The comforting sound of the waves filled the silence with the pleasant white noise, and you played a little game with yourself as you walked along, getting as close to the water as possible without getting wet. It resulted in you having to run up the sand quickly when a wave rushed in more than a few times, and although Cove threw a few glances your way, he didn't say a word. What do you usually do on the beach? I don't mean in a bad way, since 2017 life has definitely shown more on me, but generally looks-wise, I still have pretty much the same hair and body size, etc. Fair enough. Lots of things. I like bodyboarding, and volleyball, and surfing, and everything, and stuff. The idea of standing on a big board while the waves propelled you forwards towards shore was mystifying. I'm not allowed to surf. It looks hard. Not once you get the hang of it. I could show you sometime. But I'm also not supposed to surf right now because I have this. He lifted up one arm, showing off the glaring pink cast wrapped around his wrist. Yeah. That's sad for him. Cove still smiled, though. You thought his nonchalant attitude towards the injury was pretty brave. Definitely the son of a surfer dude. Of a cis dude. Also a cis dude, but definitely the son of a surfer dude. Oh, Sombra, I feel you. I look at photos of me from before then. I look very much younger. I guess I kind of look my age finally. Maybe. Maybe? Let's just say I'm so unrecognizable I gaslighted my entire school into thinking I was a cis woman. That's powerful, Alice. Alice, you're just powerful. That's just the facts. The facts of life is that you are powerful. I also like collecting stuff that's on the shore. Shells, sand dollars. I found a shark tooth once. You did? Cove stretched out his forefinger and thumb. It was this long. That was somehow both scary and delightful. No way! I mean it. I still have it under my bed. You'd have to remember to ask him to show it to you sometime. Spine shark tooth! Yes, it is the tooth of a spine shark. The very rare spine shark.
So...
You can only find the spine shark by running along the beach for a long time and then crouching suddenly. Once you retain the energy of your run, you will find the spine shark at the ocean. What about you? What do you do out here? I don't come to the beach a lot. I like swimming. I like looking at fish. I like to build sandcastles. Nothing. I like swamming. Cove's lips curled up in a small smile. Me too. It occurred to you that you hadn't been swimming in a while. There was just so much to do before school started up again, and so little time. Once you reached the shopping area, the noise level grew exponentially. No longer just waves and footsteps, but the chatter of people enjoying the lovely summer day, the call of birds trying to find bits of food left behind, and lots of salespeople trying to get attention. You sniffed the air as you walked beside Cove. You could still smell the ocean, but there were other scents too. Pizza, pretzels, hot donuts. Oh, I want a fucking donut right now. It's nice, it's not very nice, it's alright. I love the smell of donuts, let's go. The energy surrounding the area seemed to fill you, and there was a bounce in your step as you began looking at all the familiar sights. There were so many things to do, you didn't know where to begin. You looked at Cove, hoping he was just as excited as you were. That sounds amazing. We love a hot, fresh donut. Hot, fresh donuts. Let's go. Also, this music's poppin'. Cove was glancing from one side of the street to the other with a look in his aquamarine eyes that you couldn't quite work out. What's that? Cove pointed to a large crowd of people gathered near a few tables with large, colorful umbrellas blooming from their middles. You couldn't see past the adults who were blocking the way, but you knew there must be something worth seeing. Without another word, the two of you hurried over to see what the commotion was about. Feast your eyes on the amazing Alexander! In the center of the crowd was a man with a tall hat and a funny green coat that had 3 long tails. There was a little table next to him with a cloth hanging over it that read, "The Amazing Alexander," in glittery golden script. Why tell people his name if it's already on a sign? This game's calling out magicians. Cove hummed with understanding, then turned to walk away just as the amazing Alexander began shuffling a deck of cards. Maybe we could stay and watch? Cove glanced back at the man, then he briefly lifted his arms up off his sides before returning them to place. You grinned, waving for him to follow you as you raced back to stand in the crowd. With that, it began. The magic man pulled 1 card out of the deck and showing it to the curious onlookers. It was the 4 of diamonds. Watch closely. You did, squeezing through a few of the adult onlookers to get a better view. Then suddenly, the man snapped his fingers and the card just disappeared. Whoa! The amazing Alexander, who had earned his title, turned his head and looked directly out at you. He reached out with a kind smile. What's this behind your ear? Tell me! This had to be going somewhere and you needed to find out. It smelled like popcorn and candy when he stepped closer. It was great! He felt a tug, and then he pulled the 4 of diamonds out from behind your ear. What? You knew that it couldn't really have come from your ear, but you still didn't know how he'd done it. There was light applause from the crowd, and the man gave a deep bow. This is for you. The magician plucked a pair of balloons from a clump of them tied down to his table. Both were in the shape of a dolphin instead of being a normal circle. And one for your friend too. Thank you for being my assistant. Wow. Now you were really grateful he chose you. And after that, he went to someone else in the crowd. Pick a card, any card. My uncle does that every time he visits. Not the balloons, the stuff with the cards. Cove spoke plainly while reaching over to take the dolphin that had been designated for him. You wondered if Cove's whole family was magic. Let's go. If so, he was lucky. The crowd started to clear some, and you noticed on the side there was a whole rack of brightly colored kaleidoscopes on display. Kaleidoscope, Rubik's Cube, Magic 8 Ball. The kid's name is actually Cove. Yes, his dad named him Cove. Look at the Magic 8 Ball. Ooh, these are cool. He lives on a beach and his name is Cove. He just moved to the beach. His dad is very clearly a surfer dude. So that explains why they moved to the beach, and it also explains why the kid's name is Cove. You shifted your balloon string to the other hand so you could hold it up in front of you. Then you thought of a question in your mind, shaking the ball and hearing some kind of liquid slosh around inside it. Once you had given it a good shake, you held it upright, waiting for the answer to appear. Concentrate and ask again. His sisters wave and bay. We have not met any siblings. That wasn't the answer you were hoping for. Whoops. Didn't mean to skip that. His dad is also recently divorced, separated. Yes. You followed Cove around to the other side of the stall. He went under the awning, careful of his own floating dolphin, and you joined him. You can scroll back if you missed text. Armitage, thank you so much for the resub. 10 fucking months. Holy shit. Big love to you. You fucking rock. And yes, thank you, Mara, for the art. Armitage makes amazing art. Everything you see on my screen is all Armitage's amazing doing. Have a good sleep. Asked if he's having fun. He nodded, and you smiled back at him, happy to hear it. I had no idea Armitage was Alyssa. Yeah, I don't know why I still call Armitage Alyssa on here when, like, her website uses her real name, but yes, Armitage is Alyssa. When Cove moved towards some stalls nearby, you followed beside him. Ta fucking keyboard. Take care. Okay, those are adorable. While Cove looked at sand pails, you were drawn to a table with colorful keychains laid out on it. They were... I prefer Armitage Shanks as an online name. That's okay, that's fair. My website just goes by Alyssa K to be professional and shite. That is true. Wonderful stream overlay is definitely something I'd love to do, and I'll definitely take inspiration. Hell yeah. No, yeah, Armitage is an incredible artist. Alice, you're also an incredible artist. It is so amazing. I'm always blown away by the next level visual artists that I know, because y'all are fucking amazing. Yeah, Armitage is the person who made all my overlays and stuff, and all of my emotes. Also, I don't know if you saw, I know you're going to bed, I don't know if you saw, but I finally moved some of the, like, salt face emotes into tier subs, so you have access to 07, you have access to 07 in Glare now, Armitage. Yeah! Yeah, Armitage is one of my oldest and best friends. Pint out here with the emote flexes. This is why I need more emotes. And yeah, it's true. And Armitage has also been doing emotes for a lot of other people as well. Done emotes for the Roblin. Did an overlay for Kai. I think is working on some stuff for Gamer Gibbons and Pella. Pella has emotes as well. Who else? Who else am I missing? Yeah, lots of incredible emotes that, and overlay and amazing Twitch stuff that Armitage has done. It's great. Oh, and also all of Hellcat's. That's right. Hellcat Azura's emotes are all Armitage as well. Probably someone. I'm fucking treasure names Hellcat. Yeah. Yep. Azura. Azura's emotes are all by Armitage as well. And where are Roblin's? Yeah. Yeah, the ones that I have. I don't have all of the ones that Rob has, but I have some of them. And these ones. My next comm is another stuff for Roblin. I know, he told me. I'm really excited to see them. And also I've asked Armitage to do a bunch of shit for me eventually too. So there's some more exciting shit coming, especially now that I have follower emotes. Alright, let's get back to the story. Sorry for making you pitch yourself while you're trying to go to sleep, but everybody should fucking hit up Alyssa, hit up Armitage for all of their art needs. And if you're not gonna hit up Armitage, you should also hit up Alice. Alice also does phenomenal commissions. We have so many fucking good artists, oh my god! While Cove looked at sandpils, you were drawn to a table with colorful keychains laid out on it. They were sewn in the shape of sea creatures, and there was a plaque that read "Handmade" standing proudly in front. There were lots of different types. You saw a dolphin, a shark, a crab, a turtle. Yes, I can. I have Plugbot. I can plug you all I want because I have Plugbot, Alice. It's right there. That's how that works. Time for crab. I feel like we have to... Okay, you know what? That's fair. Yeah, deal with it, Alice. Also... Yeah, just working through some stuff and I have a retail job now, so it's a bit slower turnaround, but I am do thing and falling asleep. Night. Love you all. Good night, Armitage. Because Plugbot is an Alice design, if I remember correctly. We're going to commission a friend to do emotes, but it never happened since you sort of dropped streaming. That's fair, Cal. Alright, now here's the real question. Here's the real question. Dolphin, shark, crab, or turtle? I feel like in this chat... I feel like the real question here is shark or crab, because it's either crab rave or it's spine shark. Are we going with the crab rave or are we going with the spine shark? The dolphin is cute. Yeah, let's look. Crab? Are we saying crab? Crab would make sense. I love you, Spine Shark, but everybody wants the crab rave. Does this actually affect anything? I don't think it matters. I don't know if it does, but it should. Look at that crab's face. Just... It's this. The crab's giving us one of these. That's his eyes, not a pair of titties. Yeah, okay, crab it is. Your hand stopped on the crab, claws raised, and a tiny smile on its face. The crab is really cute. It had big eyes and little legs, and the fabric was smooth when you picked it up. You'd seen a few crabs at the beach before, although they usually scuttled away before you got a chance to look at them closely. That is a busty crustacean. Not to be confused with a crusty bus station. Hey, leave the TTC alone! See, I really don't want to draw that, but my artist senses are tingling. That's the joke. The joke is, what's the difference between the TTC and a crab with tits? One is a crusty bus station, and the other one is a busty crustacean. You liked the idea of having a crab all your own, even if it was just a soft animal. We have soft crab. Amazing. Yeah, you're welcome, Cal. I'll be here all night. Try the veal. Or not. You were instantly enamored. We love the crab. Checking the price though, your heart fell. $6? You didn't know much about money, but you thought that was a lot to spend on one thing. $6 is really expensive. It's true. That's like $1,000 Canadian. You rarely had more than a $5 bill to your name. Though that changed the day you met Cove and his dad. You still had the $20 bill Mr. Holden gave you hidden away in your room. It was a grand sum of money, but you couldn't spend something that was at home instead of in your pocket. Wow. Original correct Bork Kappa Pride, and that is amazing. Oh no, did Pint clip my stupid face? I bought WarioWare for the gaming club, and I'm still waiting for the school to reimburse me. Oh shit, I hope they do soon. Maybe you'd have to ask your mums to bring you here again one day now that you knew what you wanted. Is that what you want? Huh? Oh. It's $6. I didn't bring any money.
Alright.
It's fine. Really? Really? Are you sure? You don't have to. You don't have to. Hooray. Are you... we're gonna go with are you sure? Cove took the keychain from your hands, and that was that. He was holding a small yellow bucket for himself, too. I was always going to get you something. I already got the money for it. You smiled, pleased to have things work out. It was nice of Cove's dad to let Cove buy something for you, too. You had to remember to thank him the next time you saw him. After Cove paid, the two of you stepped out of the store side by side, your balloon dolphins knocking together and spiraling around in the air. This is adorable. You watched Cove hold up his new pail to his face, examining it thoroughly. Hey, Cove. Yeah? Your dad gives out a lot of money, huh? Hey, Cove. Your dad's a fucking baller, bro. I really like this keychain. We'll go with that. Thank you. It's nice. Cove looked further down the street where different food carts were lined up. He rested his non-cast arm over his stomach, just as he did, and just as he did, yours let out a light growl. You hadn't eaten since breakfast, and all of this wandering around, and after all this wandering around, you were definitely ready for some lunch. Let's get some food. Yeah. You two wandered around for a short while, looking at all the delicacies that were available. Everything looked so delicious, and as the different smells, both sweet and salty, wafted over to you, your stomach growled even louder. After passing on hot dogs, snow cones, ice cream, and pizza, you both agreed on pretzels. Fuck yeah, pretzels!
Everybody needs a little salt.
Y'all! Y'all! Triple hat! And that's why there's a cooldown on the sound effects. I fucking love y'all. Cove got something sweet and cinnamony, and you got a plain one with cheese, one with sprinkles, one with chocolate, got the same. That's a true hat trick. Oh my god! You guys just same-hatted on a hat trick joke. The chat has one brain cell. The chat has exactly one brain cell. I'm proud of you. We're gonna get one with cheese. Cheese pretzels, the way to fucking go. You licked your lips hungrily as the vendor handed your pretzel over, ready to take a big bite. It was covered in gooey, melted cheese, just the way you like it. It seemed odd to get a dessert pretzel before eating normal food. Salt's chat hive mind confirmed. It's happening. The hive mind is slowly happening. Found an empty table close enough to the beach that the grit of the sand made terrible noises when you dragged the chairs out to sit down. These balloons are going to make it hard to eat. Cove placed his bucket on the table as he stared at his still balled up hand that was wrapped around the string. You opened your mouth to agree before an idea hit you. I know. After carefully placing your pretzel somewhere it wouldn't get sandy, you tugged the balloon dolphin out of Cove's hand and tied it in a delicate bow around his wrist. Nerves do use salts to function. Hey!
Oh.
Oh. Cove bounced his arm up and down in place, testing the stability of your knot. After watching his balloon jostle around but remain attached, he smiled satisfied. Can you do it for me? He repeated the ritual. The ritual is complete. Cove struggled somewhat with the cast restricting his fingers on one hand and a string already tangled around the other.
Okay.
Got it. The two of you spent a moment admiring your handiwork, both hands now free to allow for easy munching on your pretzels. You bit into the doughy treat, savoring the taste on your tongue with a smile as you looked out over the ocean. After a time, you finished your pretzel. You were done before Cove. Okay, in this case, the main character and I are the same. It was boring not having anything to do. You pulled on the string of your balloon to bring it down to your level. When you held the dolphin in your hand, then you held the dolphin in your hands, manipulating it to look like it was jumping through the air. If you turned to face towards the beach, it almost looked like it was swimming in the waves like a real dolphin. A laugh came from your side. When you glanced back at Cove, he had left the remaining part of his pretzel on the wrapper and he was gripping his dolphin too. Mine's name is Merryweather. He's the prince of the dolphins. Mine's name is Splash. They star in movies. Mine's name is Cherry. She's actually an alien. Mine's name is Sam. They're just a regular dolphin. Goodbye and thanks for all the fish, basically. Let's do Merryweather, Prince of the Dolphins. He wears a crown made of seaweed, and all of his friends are merfolk. Every now and then, he'll make friends with a kid and let him ride on his back. You sighed, wishing you could meet a real dolphin like Merryweather. What's yours? Cove considered this question, placing the balloon against the table and resting his free arm across it in contemplation. It's... Oh no! With a loud pop, the dolphin exploded into ribbons. This is also cute. I love it, and Merryweather was what I was going to suggest. We might be donating Merryweather. Oh no. For a second, all Cove did was gape in shock, like you. Then his cheeks puffed up, squinting his eyes, and you saw tears start to glisten.
Cygnus.
Cygnus, it... You offered to find Alexander, you offered to give Cove your balloon, you didn't say anything, he'd be alright. He won't take it. See if we can make a joke. Its name is Pop? That's a weird name for a dolphin. Oh, okay, he didn't like my joke. He glanced at you briefly, a frown on his face. I don't think it's a joke. It was your turn to frown. You were only trying to have fun. I'm sorry! Last time I tried to give something to you, you wouldn't take it. Last time I tried to give him something, he wouldn't take it! Don't tell me to read the room. Cove spent the rest of the outing sniffing and didn't say much else. Shit! The passing of Cove's balloon was the last major event of your adventure. In the end, the two of you headed back late that afternoon. Damn it, I ruined everything. You separated on the beach, and while Cove went straight home with his brand new sand pail in hand, you decided to sit for a while. You watched the waves and the sunset, fiddling with your new keychain. That is a really well done, Sky. Cove will remember that. I don't want him to remember that! Another summer day was drawing to a close. It had been a good one, except for the sad final note. Shit! Damn it! Alright, let's do grown up. One sweltering summer day, you were in your living room with Cove, listening to the sounds of the birds chattering outside the window while you lay across the rug on the floor. Cove's dad had dropped him off earlier. Yeah, I guess I should save, right? And your moms had left the two of you, along with Lizzie, to play amongst yourselves. It had been too hot to go outside in the afternoon, at least according to Mommy, so your sister was starting to get impatient waiting for her golf class that evening. The three of you had had trouble finding something fun to do. The beach and the playground were off limits, and you felt that it was too warm for anything like playing with your fuzzy toy animals. Then suddenly, a light came to Lizzie's big brown eyes, and her smile spread wide across her face. Having an idea gave her a new wave of energy. Since we're stuck inside, we should be adults. They don't play outdoors anyways. They're always inside and telling everybody they're too busy to play. Alright, y'all, gonna head out. Good night, have a good stream. Andrew, have a great night. Thank you for hanging out. Take care, my friend.
Why?
Why?
Duh.
It'll be fun, duh. What do they do inside that we don't, besides use the phone a lot? Excluding a small huff, Lizzie decides to ignore Cove.
What do you think?
Cygnus, what do you think? What do you want to do? Maybe we come up with something else. I don't know. I want to. I'm not gonna lie, Lizzie, this sounds pretty fucking boring. But that's what I'm going to do, and it's not fun when I play pretend adults by myself. You do that a lot? What's it to you? Looking at Lizzie, it seemed Cove felt he could understand where she was coming from, and he sighed. Do you really not want to play, Cygnus? When it was clear he wanted some way out, but still felt guilty about it. Okay, I'll stay. I'm hoping this is as fun as you're promising it'll be. Lizzie looked at you, deadly serious. It's the most exciting idea I've had all week. Satisfied that neither of you were about to bail on her, Lizzie thought over her options while you watched. After a few seconds, she clapped her hands together and beamed, apparently having settled on something without asking either of you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be a professional golfer. Cygnus, you and Cove can be a beach volleyball player, a gymnast, or a tennis player. Why can't we pick anything we want? Because I have a fun idea, that's why. And we have to play sports as adults? Yep. There are other kinds of sports too.
Right?
It isn't the same. What do you think, Cygnus? Cygnus, don't those choices sound super cool? You want to be that, huh? Lizzie is our character's older sister. This is Cygnus's big sister. Isn't there anything else we could be? Lizzie stomped a foot on the ground. Nope, come on, just decide already. Lizzie, you suck. Knowing Lizzie wouldn't let this go anytime soon, you sighed. Cole was not impressed with Lizzie's attitude, although he didn't bother talking about it more for now. You thought over the possibilities: beach volleyball, gymnastics, or tennis. Out of all of them, you'd prefer to play beach volleyball. If you couldn't spend the afternoon at the beach for real. And so far, she is really channeling that eldest child energy. I am feeling aggressively called out right now. I'm feeling aggressively called out right now. You couldn't spend the rest of the afternoon at the beach? Then you might as well pretend you were there. You could even wear your swimsuit to make it seem more realistic. But Lizzie probably wouldn't let you run off and do that now that she had you here. Is Cove's arm ever actually going to heal? This kid should really see a doctor. I get the feeling that this stuff is only happening over the course of a couple weeks, because this is all in the summer, right? So all these little events are happening over the course of like a couple of weeks or maybe a month. When I broke my wrist, and it was only breaking my wrist, I was in the cast for 4 weeks. When I broke my leg, I was in the cast for 3 months. 3 months. Oh wow, I definitely got the sense that it's been months. No, because all of this is happening in the summer. All of this is happening in the summer before school starts. Cove moved at like the beginning of summer, and the chapter ends at the end of summer. There's a button in between each event that is like summer has ended. So all of this is happening during a summer. Clearly, that was the top option. Okay, I'm gonna be a volleyball player.
All right.
It's very Phineas and Ferb. I don't know anything about Phineas and Ferb, but I will believe you. How about you, Cove? I'll have a volleyball team too. Lizzie threw her hands in the air, making an annoyed sound. You guys can't be the same thing. That's not how it works. You didn't say that. The rule was picking from the list. You can't keep adding more. Lizzie looked at the two of you, then shook her head, resigned to losing this battle, but not the war. Fine, you're both volleyball players, but you're on the same team because there's only one. Lizzie's ponytail bobbed when she proudly stretched her arms wide. The Olympic team! What? We're Olympic athletes who just competed in the Olympics. Cove didn't seem all that impressed with the announcement. He made a face and adjusted the glasses on his nose. That's really specific.
Rude.
That's what makes it fun, anyway. Lizzie marched back and forth in front of the both of you, getting lost in her own imagination. Look, okay, golf hasn't been an Olympic sport since... Yeah, didn't they remove golf as an Olympic sport? Oh, shit. How do I go back? How do I scroll back?
Rude.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. I won all the gold medals, and people are calling me the next Mickey Wright. Posture check. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Yeah, you win, Alice. I was definitely gamer leaning for myself because I definitely shouldn't be in the position I'm in. Okay, also for you, Alice. Perfect. Who's that? Lizzie stopped on the spot and turned on him, her brown eyes shining with impatience. It doesn't matter if you know who she is. It's a golf thing. You guys won medals too. Your team placed silver. It's more real if we're not all first place. Phineas and Ferb is set over one summer vacation, despite being 4 seasons, 129 episodes, and they happily lampshade that. Holy fuck. Silver sucks. I don't want silver. I'm okay with that. Hey, we can do better than silver. Silver's not bad. Nice. My spine was bent like 90 degrees to the right, which is what doctors call bad. Yeah, Alice, try to avoid that. Multiple gold medals in Olympic golf, Lizzie. If you want to talk about realists, are the very premise of your idea. Silver's not bad. Nice. I'm okay with silver. May not be first place, but you know that silver medals were still really good to get at the Olympics. But it isn't gold.
Sorry.
Lots of people lose at the Olympics. Them's the breaks. You should be coveting those green jackets, Lizzie. Then you're the one who did, not me. Lizzie looked taken aback by Cove's declaration, as though the thought of her losing was completely absurd. No way, it wouldn't make sense. I'm already practicing my golf game. She took a golfing stance to make her point, pretending to swing her club and hit an invisible ball. So what kind of house do you want to live in? Cove hadn't changed his mind about winning, but thinking about where he'd live as an adult appealed to him apparently, because he looked back at Lizzie with some of the anger fading. I'm going to live on the beach. Lizzie made a face at him, poking out her tongue. That's kind of boring. We already have that. No, not like the normal houses here with a street on it, right on the sand by the water. Just like that, all the tension was back. You hadn't even had a chance to choose where you'd want to live. That's not very fun or smart, Cove. You can't live on a bunch of sand and shells. But I want to, and I will. Cove narrowed his eyes at Lizzie, even though she stood half a head taller than him. You didn't give out a list of things to pick from this time, so I'm picking that. Why are we even playing pretend if we can't imagine anything?
Jeez.
Well, I am going to live in a mansion far away from here, and far away from you. One with an indoor pool and a place to practice my award-winning golfing.
It's not fair.
How come you were yelling about mine when your idea is even more impossible? Lizzie's face flushed red, her hands balling into fists at her sides. It's not impossible, and it's better than yours. Lizzie girl bossed a little too close to the sun. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Disagreements always seemed to crop up when the two of them were together, and you always felt like you were stuck in the middle. But when it came to the topic at hand this time, you thought... Want to agree with Lizzie, Cove was right. We're tired of deciding between either of them. No, beach is legitimately cooler. Beach is legitimately cooler. Who wouldn't want to live on the beach? It'd be really great. You could have windows made from the driftwood and seashell wind chimes. Ugh. He smiled slightly over the agreement, then turned to Lizzie with bolstered confidence. You can swim whenever you want if you live on the beach. You want a mansion at the beach. Mara with the strategery here. We can still swim anytime we want from where we live now. Being a little closer doesn't mean anything. Says you. The two of them scowled at each other. Minecraft mansion. Oh my god. You're being so unreasonable. You... I don't get what you want. This game doesn't make sense.
Ugh.
It does. You have to be realistic. I said that. But you're not. You had no idea what to do to make them stop at this point. It seemed like the two of them would just keep working each other up as long as they could. You stayed a week in a mansion on the beach once? Hell yeah, Cal, that sounds awesome. Probably not literally on the beach, but like close enough kind of thing. So far, nothing you had said had kept them from being mad. Thankfully, like a greeting card angel, Mom walked into the room. Lizzie rushed to her, hanging onto the hem of her skirt and poking out her tongue at Cove. Lizzie, Cygnus, it's time to get ready to go.
You alright with that?
Sorry you have to leave already, Cove. Their mummy said she'll walk you home so you won't be left in the cold. Cove was still glaring at Lizzie, his face flushed red with anger. I can go by myself. But...
Bye.
Bye, Cygnus. There was still a harsh edge to the brief farewell, but she knew it wasn't you he was mad at. Without giving Mom a chance to stop him, Cove stood up and stalked out of the room, shoulders drawn tight.
Huh?
Okay. Want a quaint little cottage in the mountains? The duality of chat. There you go. Close enough you could head down to the backyard and just head down. Found a sea urchin there. Ooh, sea urchins are really cool. Then it got crushed months later when I was showing a friend. Oh no! It was so hot you didn't even let us play outside today. Yeah, exactly, Mom. Honestly, I'd like to live somewhere close to the water myself. I miss it. One of the things, like, I live like a relatively short walk to the Lake Ontario beach. But I miss living like right at the beach. That was the fucking best. Wow, y'all would love it here. I love the water. Worried, Mom turned to look down at you and Lizzie. You two were playing nice with our new friend, weren't you? told the truth, you lied. Nah, fuck that. Lizzie was being a bitch to my best friend. Eat shit. The beach is like 7 minutes away, or well, you'd probably hit that it was 25 degrees today. No, 25 degrees is like the start of perfect weather for me. I am a summer person. It was like 4 degrees Celsius here, and that sucks. We were playing pretend and things got intense. They were like cats and dogs. Your sister's jaw dropped, looking betrayed, as Mom put both hands on her hips. Elizabeth, I told you to be kind to him. He's having a hard time right now. 4 degrees Celsius. Lizzie's mouth closed back up, replaced by a tiny frown. I know, I tried, but he was...
That's enough.
No buts. We both know you can show someone a great time when you put your mind to it. Most of chat isn't American, I think, so... Mel says, but it take me food. Yeah, I mean, your streamer's Canadian. He doesn't Fahrenheit very well, and like a few of the regulars in chat are Canadian as well. Also, basically, anyone who isn't American is using Celsius, so take that. We're going to apologize to Cove and his dad over the phone when he gets home from work tonight. Lizzie hung her head, dragging a foot across the ground in front of her. Okay, Mom. Good girl. You caught pieces of Lizzie sulking to herself about how it was his fault too, but it was over. Alice is getting in her Canadian language practice. Oh yeah, bud. Yeah, I'm definitely not one of those people who's like, Fahrenheit is better than yeah. No, that's not what I was saying, Cal. I was being very silly. I'm sorry. That did not come across. Alright, we better get a move on.
Let's go.
Let's go, kids. Nolani, where did you leave the car keys? One of our mom's names is Nolani? That is such a cool name. Ooh, converted, yes, I would absolutely love that weather. Mom hustled you all out the door, and you noticed during the car ride to golf practice that Lizzie was quieter than usual. They don't even teach us Celsius in the current curriculum. Chem teacher just said that and made us use it for everything. That's pretty sweet. Celsius just makes sense. The one time that I will say that Fahrenheit is better is for cooking. That is the one thing that I will say. For cooking and baking, Fahrenheit is better because it's more granular. But that's the only thing. Because honestly, if you're going to be an international chemist, don't do the thing where you don't understand the metric system. That's also true. Oops. She was usually the first one to request which music to listen to in the car, but she didn't say anything. Your parents noticed she wasn't in the mood to be bothered. They gave her space, and Mommy just asked you what you'd like to listen to. You picked your favorite song. It always made the car ride more fun. You chose the soundtrack to a cool movie you saw a couple months ago. You chose a song you knew Lizzie liked. Maybe that would cheer her up. Yeah, okay. I had to tell the truth, but I'll be nice to my sister about it. Also, fuck the Imperial system. Base 10 is literally right there and infinitely better. Yeah. The one good contribution to the foot. The temperature system that is best is the one that works for you. See, I get what you're saying, Pine. I just think, like, logically, something that's just in base 10. Confused Scottish voice. They're both a kilogram. You were happy to see it brightened her up right away as she started singing along with you. Soon enough, her bad mood was a thing of the past. When the car ride is over, you spent the twilight hour watching Lizzie hit things with other girls her age. You didn't know much about golf, but you could tell she really liked it, so you sat with your moms and tried to puzzle it out. It was nice sitting outside after being cooped up in the house all day, and you stretched out your legs so the last few minutes of sun warmed your skin. When the sun was finally out of sight, dipping behind the horizon, you all got ready to leave. Instead of going straight home, your moms took the family out to dinner. You went to a restaurant you had all been going to ever since you could remember. The whole afternoon had been a bunch of shouting you hadn't been able to stop, but you could kind of tell after all this it helped Lizzie be less angry. The car ride home was quiet, with only the radio providing escape from the silence. Lizzie had been in better spirits now, but the closer you got to the neighborhood, the more she wiggled in her seat and frowned out the window. She knew what was coming when you all got back home. Clearly, she was dreading it. Soon enough, Mom was turning onto your street and then reversing into the driveway. Once she cut the ignition, it was dead silence. No one spoke, only unbuckled their seatbelts and opened their doors. Lizzie was the last one out. Once everyone was inside and done taking off their shoes, she propped her hands on her hips.
So,
It's actually the weight of the feathers, because you have to live with the weight of what you did to those poor birds. Oh my god. Actual intellectual voice is actually the goal, because gold is measured differently and an ounce means something else. Wow. I didn't know that, actually. People would have less problems with metric lengths if anyone remembered that the decimeter exists. That's true. Put that on your resume, Alice. It's 25 degrees for you. It's 28 Fahrenheit, which is 2... Yeah, it is 1 degree Celsius for me in Canada. Now then, Mr. Holden's car is in his driveway, so he should be back from work. That's good news, isn't it, Elizabeth? You and Cove can hash things out before the day's done. Lizzie didn't complain or put up a fight. Her head ducked so she didn't have to meet anyone's eyes, and she nodded once. Good. Let's move this to the kitchen. Mom went over to the house phone, and the rest of you followed behind her. Mommy put a gentle hand on Lizzie's shoulder as they walked side by side. You watched them from the back. This was only happening because you told on Lizzie. Yeah, well, don't be so shitty. You didn't regret it. You felt a little guilty, like you had betrayed your sister. You hadn't liked doing it, but you had to. It was her fault for doing it in the first place. Literally, she fucking bullied the hell out of both of us into fucking playing something we didn't want to... She bullied us into playing something we didn't want to play. Once we acquiesced to that request, she then gave us all the shitty situations, wouldn't let us make any choices, made fun of my friend's choices when he finally made choices, and then was confused when he was mad about it. Like, I don't feel bad about it. Lizzie was being shitty. Like, I don't feel bad about it at all. She's like 12. Sure, and I'm like 8. She bullied 2 8-year-olds. So, like, whatever. He didn't like doing it, but had to. There it is. She's only 10? Sure, but I'm also only 8. Being a tattletale didn't feel good, and you wouldn't want someone else to tell your moms everything you did. Still, your mom would ask directly, and you wanted to be a liar even less. Not even that! This is my best friend. I'll fight people for a best friend. I don't give a shit. Children are perfectly capable of being shitty. And you gotta own that shit. I was a shitty kid. I did dumb, shitty stuff as a kid. And when I got caught doing shitty stuff, or when somebody called me out on it, I had to deal with the consequences. Just saying, kids aren't always known for their thoughtfulness. You're absolutely right, Cal, but that also doesn't mean that I have to tolerate it. I'm not saying that my sister's a horrible person. I'm not saying that Lizzie's a horrible person. But, like, just because she's a kid, that's not an excuse. I regret being a child. If I could do over, I don't think I would have done that. Yeah, exactly. The 4 of you stood around the kitchen in a lopsided square. All eyes were on Lizzie, who kept her gaze at her feet. You remember the number for Cove's house, don't you, honey? Lizzie jerked her head in another nod. Sullen, without further prompting, she stepped forward and began to dial. Mom reached over and pressed a button on the base. Suddenly, you could hear the phone ringing. She turned on the speaker. Okay, Mom, that's mean. Putting that shit on speaker is mean, Mom. The phone rang a couple times, then stopped. Mr. Holden's warm voice came through the other end. Evening, Holden residence. Yeah, I'm not the fan of putting it on speaker. That feels a little shitty. Lizzie looked over at Mommy, unsure. She nodded encouragingly. Mr. Holden, it's, Lizzie. Can I talk to Cove?
Absolutely.
Lizzie Downey? What a surprise. But of course you can say hey to the boy. It needs to be a public apology? I don't know if it needs to be a public apology. I think it just needs to be a personal one. If it's a genuine apology. Like, here's the thing. If one mom was there... So, like, if one mom or even the parents were there, I think it's weird that I'm there. I feel like in this situation, I would have, like... If I was the parent, I would have sent Cygnus to go play and just, like, not be in the room for it, because that feels weird to me. He sounded cheery as usual, though definitely meant it when he said it was a surprise. You thought hard, and you were sure that your sister had never called Cove's house before. Mom spoke up before Mr. Holden or Lizzie could say anything more. Her arms were crossed over her chest, and her lips pursed. Hi, Cliff. Noelani, Cygnus, and I are here too. Good evening. We're sorry to bother you so late. Yeah, well, I've been called out. I might as well say hi. I can understand if she was doing it to make sure the call went through, but after that someone answered, I let them pick up the phone. Yeah, something like that. Hi, Mr. Holden. Gang's all here, huh? Is something the matter? His face grew a bit concerned. Mommy was quick to reassure him. No, well, yes, but it's gonna be okay. There's a difference between making sure Lizzie apologizes and means it, and publicly humiliating her and making it even harder on that. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm agreeing with. This whole making it into a whole family-to-family thing is way bigger than this needs to be. An apology needs to be had, but this is a lot. This is a lot. I'm not actually... This is the one time already I've been like, okay, parents, y'all need to fucking chill. And it's definitely, like, twisting this into a much more forced apology, you know what I mean? It feels a lot less, feels like a lot less that she's learning a lesson, and more that she's being, like, put on display. Lizzie and Cove got into a bit of a fight today. We were hoping that the two of them could talk and make up. Is this a good time for you and Cove?
What?
A fight? Cove didn't tell me anything about that when I came home. Does explain the funk he's been in tonight. He chuckled lightly. Despite that, it didn't seem like he thought it was funny. Anyway, it's good. You didn't catch us at a bad time. I'll go grab him for you. There was some shuffling on the other end. He must not have gone far because you could still hear him calling out. Cove, there's someone on the phone for you. After a beat of silence, there was more muffled talking from Cove's dad. Come on, bud. Lizzie just called so she could talk to you.
Are you sure?
Cygnus is on the other end listening too. You don't want to say hi? It took a bit of back and forth, though the conversation seemed one-sided since you couldn't hear Cove properly. Eventually, Cove took the phone from his dad.
Hi.
Hello? Hey, it's Lizzie. I know, Dad told me. Cove's tone was defensive. Lizzie turned to Mum, scowling. One stern look from her, though, and Lizzie turned away.
Sorry.
I just called to say I'm sorry for not playing nice with you today. I won't do it again. Lizzie's eyes were downcast. Her voice low. You could tell she felt uncomfortable apologizing to Cove in front of everyone. See, this is the part that I don't like. This is not what I signed up for, and that sucks. I wanted an apology, but this is not what I wanted. This is stupid. She was still being genuine about feeling bad. Cove must have realized that too, because he sighed quietly. I want gold, and I think Cygnus should win too. I'm glad the game actually knows it's not really the right way to go about it. It kind of is calling it out, but it's not fully... I don't know. Really? He thought you were worth gold even though you hadn't wanted it? Lizzie was momentarily stunned by the demand. She probably forgot it had happened already. Alright, we all win the gold. She's uncomfortable with it, but I don't know if the game thinks that's a bad thing. Yeah, that's my one concern. Okay. I guess I'm sorry too. A sense of relief washed over everyone at the acceptance of the apology. Mom uncrossed her arms while Mommy's shoulders relaxed. Lizzie's eyebrows raised up. You wondered if she thought he'd refuse her apology. Dad, can I get off the phone now? You couldn't see him, but it was obvious that Cove felt awkward about the situation. He had come off uncomfortable the entire time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go back to your room if you want. Be sure to say goodbye first, though. Bye, Lizzie. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Cygnus. You perked up at the mention of your name. You smiled, even if you couldn't see it. Bye, Cove. And with that, Cove must have handed the phone to his dad and left, since Mr. Holden spoke up.
That's a relief.
All's well that ends well, as they say. Thanks for arranging this. I'm sure he appreciates it. As Mom replied, Lizzie tugged on Mummy's hand to catch her attention. Can I go now, too?
Good job.
Sure, sweetie. Thank you very much for apologizing to Cove. Mom flashed a brief smile at Lizzie and nodded her agreement. Given permission to leave, Lizzie scurried off towards the stairs. She seemed to be feeling much better with the incident behind her. Mom and Mommy returned to the phone, taking it off speaker. They continued talking to Mr. Holden. You couldn't tell what about. Oh, sure, now you take it. Oh, sure, now you take it off, fucking speaker. Yo, wait, this game lets you trans your gender? Yup, yes it does. You were glad that was the end of it all. Lizzie and Cove might not get along, and probably still won't, but they weren't mad at each other anymore, and Mom and Mommy weren't upset either. Everything was finally back to normal. With that thought, you retreated to your own room with a spring in your step. Woof. Woof. Yeah, I honestly don't really like how our parents handled that. If it were me, you know, I would have had like one parent on either side making sure that the conversation didn't go sour and let them hash it out. Like, that sucked. And like having your little brother there too, that sucks. Like, kids can be assholes. Kids are not perfect. And they need to learn, right? Like, I'm not a parent, so it's not that easy to fucking say, right? And this is the thing too, is like, I know that there are some people who come in chat who are parents. It's not that easy to say. It's really easy to say as somebody without a kid how to be a parent. But as somebody who has been on the receiving end, who's been on the receiving end of situations like this, in both sides, I've had people be forced to apologize to me, and I've been forced to apologize to some people too. And there are different ways that can be done, right? And it felt really awkward having everybody stand there, and with it being on speakerphone. Like, there were lots of things. Yeah, like me being there for the purposes of plot, sure. But we could have third person narrated it if we had to. And the other thing I would have done is like not actually had it on speakerphone. You know, like that just felt weird. And like making it clear that literally everyone was listening just puts that much pressure. And it puts pressure on Cove too, right? Like Cove is already not the type of person to engage very well with lots of people. Now he's had a shitty day. He's trying to unwind. He had to come back for the phone call, but now he's not just talking to one person, he's talking to 4. And on top of that, then you've got Lizzie, who is apologizing in front of people and has been really uncomfortable with the whole situation. It's a tough situation. Honestly, it would have been fun to find out what the two talked about through Lizzie or through Cove the next day. Right? Like, have a cut where you chat with Cove the next day and he says like, hey, your sister called and apologized, and maybe you get a reaction from him. Maybe he's like, thanks for standing up for me. Or like, if he was really upset that you did that, don't do that next time. Like any whatever his opinion on the situation is, right? Have like that conversation kind of situation. Just thoughts. Still great. I'm still loving this, don't get me wrong. I just found that parenting situation to be oof. A big ol' oof. Let's do fireflies, because this feels like it's going to be wholesome, and I could use something really wholesome.
All right.
Damn it, Lizzie's here again. Okay, fine. Either would be lovely and would be able to explore your direct relationship with your sister or your continuing relationship with Cove. Yeah, exactly. Fireflies will be very wholesome? Hell yeah. Alright, tonight we're gonna catch fireflies. You might not believe your eyes if 10,000 fireflies... Okay, I'm done. At this blunt declaration from your sister, you looked up from your macaroni and cheese dinner. Let's go, KD! Fireflies were a familiar sight over summer, coming out on warm nights to dance through the sky. Tonight was particularly balmy. You knew there were bound to be a ton of them around. Oh, you are you? You started eating faster. Yeah, we gotta clear down this dinner. Let's go. A grin curved your lips as you started to eat a bit faster, excited for what was to come. It seemed like you were too excited, however, as you started to choke and cough on your food from shoveling it down so quickly. Mommy reached over to pat you on the back, firmly helping to dislodge the noodles and enable you to breathe again. Bifflers. Bifflers. You took a big gulp of water from your glass, giving your moms a sheepish look. Oops. That's a good idea, Lizzie. Can we, Mrs. Downey? Oh, Shiloh's here too. Shiloh tapped his fork against the table excitedly, his face lighting up as he looked at Lizzie. It was unusual for Shiloh to still be here. Like always, his mom had to bring him over really early in the morning before her job started. But normally she would have picked him up by now. She called before dinner to let your mums know she'd be late. You didn't hear why. Probably more work things. Which one is Shiloh? Shiloh is like a young... I don't know if he's younger, but he's definitely like the littlest kid. And he's very, very excited and very excitable and really, really, really likes Lizzie. You thought maybe getting to hang out with Shiloh for longer is what made Lizzie want to keep running around outside. Staying at home and watching TV was never an option for her with guests over. That's why you were pretty sure she'd get your moms to agree. Well, it's already so dark out there. Lizzie gave Mom the best puppy dog eyes she could, slowly spooning mac and cheese into her mouth while you waited there for their response.
There.
Let them go. Nights like this don't happen every day. Your parents exchanged a look, then Mom eventually sighed and nodded back. Yes! Along with Lizzie's cheers, you threw your arms up in triumph, but waited until you finished chewing to say anything because you knew it was rude to talk with your mouth full, and also because you literally just choked last time.
Fine.
Fine. Just make sure you stay on the hill behind our house with all the poppies, okay?
Duh.
Duh, Mom. That's where most of them are. The idea had only been planted in your head, but already you could just picture all the glowing lights spread out in front of you, like the fairies from the bedtime stories Mommy read sometimes. All too quickly, it became a race to see who could finish their food first. No choking at the dinner table now. Already did! That's right, if someone died, we'd have to cancel the Firefly trip after all. Mom said it like a joke, but you knew that they were both telling you kids to slow down. Shiloh did immediately. When you glanced at Lizzie, you saw her still eating faster than she should. Elizabeth?
Jeez.
No one's gonna die. Sheesh. A knock at the door interrupted Mom before she could no doubt scold your sister. I'll get it. Your big sister jumped out of her seat and ran over to the door, pulling it open without even looking out the window to see who it was. Huh? You shifted in your seat to try and get a glimpse of the unexpected guest.
Hi.
Good evening, Cove. Your mommy had already walked to the door by the time you managed to see past Shiloh's floppy hat. Oh, Cove! Hi, you're here! Cove smiled at the enthusiastic greeting, and you hoped Mommy would ask him to stay. It didn't matter why he was here, it meant he could join you all in catching the fireflies. Then, for a few seconds, Cove said nothing. He only stood there and looked up at your mommy with a face, almost like he was considering turning around and leaving. My dad told me to drop this off because I guess he borrowed it from you. Cove took a familiar screwdriver out from his large side pocket, eyes now dropped to the floor. We left ours back home when we moved. Great. Thanks. Bye. Your mommy should brush her hair. I think it's a good hairstyle.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here. Thank you. Here, why don't you come inside for a bit? Lizzie crossed her arms and lifted her chin. Cove shrugged, and Mom stood from the table too. I'll give your dad a call to let him know you got here alright. Cove shuffled fully inside, eyes remaining on the ground. Mommy closed the door behind him.
Hi.
Hi, Cove. Shiloh gave Cove a friendly smile while waving by holding up his hand and opening and closing his fingers. Cove nodded in response. You weren't sure what to say now? You can come outside with us if you want to. Cove, are you going to catch fireflies with us? Let's go. You could see Lizzie eyeing you for mentioning the excursion to an outsider, but she'd get over it. You hoped Cove would say yes. That way, you wouldn't be the odd one out with Lizzie and Shiloh anymore.
Yeah.
I can do that. I've never caught one before. I was going to say it looks like me when I haven't showered for a while, but I haven't showered for a week and this is my hair kind of flat. Valid. Valid. It's too bad he didn't have a chance before now. The fireflies weren't out when he first moved in, and there must not have been any where he used to live. We can't go till after dinner. After she pointed this out, Lizzie walked back to the table and took her seat. There wasn't much left on her plate. Since this was very true, you decided to finish your own stuff up as well. Cove stepped closer and eyed what was on the menu for your family's meal. Have you eaten yet? Yeah, my dad and I ate earlier. What'd you have? Eggs. Uh-oh. Dad's not a good cook, is he? Uh-oh. Mr. Holden is not a good cook, is he? When the two of you have eggs for dinner. The clipped one-word answer seemed to discourage Shiloh from asking any more questions. His eyes slowly wandered back to the last scraps of food on his plate. Her phone call with Cove's dad must have just ended because your mom came back into the room. What's their last name? Holden. He's a surfer bro, what do you think? I've known some surfers who can cook.
Okay.
Cove, your dad said you can stay for a while if you'd like, but he's going to come get you before it gets too much later. Sure.
Fun.
Oh, fun. This will be so nice. And you're telling me it's not a D's Nuts joke. No, Bae, it's not, because this is a very wholesome game. As you polished off the meal, you hoped it would be too. The three of you all finished eating shortly after, and Lizzie led the way outside. Remember, don't stray too far. It's fine, Mom. Shiloh trailed so closely after Lizzie, he was nearly stepping on her heels. Cove hesitated at the door. What time do you plan for your Friday streams? I'm trying to schedule D&Ds, but I don't want to miss much. I always, unless something tragic happens, I always start my streams by 8:30. Usually 8:30 these days. I'll believe you. You better believe me, Bae. Also, good to see you. Cove hesitated at the door. Coming? After a moment, he did.
Bye.
Bye, children. The two of you were a good 10 or 15 feet behind Lizzie and Shiloh by the time you walked outside. You pushed the door shut behind you, watching the figures get farther and farther away.
Hurry up!
You're so slow, Cygnus. We don't have all night. You're an hour ahead of me, right? It's 11:45 p.m. where I am right now. You started to run when you heard Lizzie's voice calling you, but paused when you saw Cove still walking at a relaxed pace. It's 15 to 9 here. Oh yeah, it's like we got like a 5-hour or 4-hour difference, don't we? Or a 3-hour difference. 3-hour difference. Yeah, I'm an hour ahead. Okay. You're not gonna come? You tugged him along. You walked with him. Waved at him to hurry. Ran off. Come along. Let's go. Reached out first for his cast arm, then corrected yourself and grabbed his other instead. He stumbled a bit at your pull, but went along easily enough after he got his balance. West Coast, baby! You arrived at the hill with the cove in tow. Your eyes widened at the beautiful sight. I'm going to salute the West Coast. There were a lot of fireflies out, glowing against the backdrop of the dark sky. Lizzie was already standing on top of the hill, and Shiloh was running around near the middle.
Wow.
Shiloh took a moment to come over and welcome the both of you to the hill. Hi guys, it's really great out, huh? See how many there are? How long are you going for tonight, Salt? I'm lurking and listening to the story and conversation. I'm probably going to end it after this chapter. After we do this little moment, I'll probably end it here for tonight. Hi guys, it's really great out, huh? See how many there are? Yeah. A firefly danced through the air, landing on Cove's sea green head. Shiloh couldn't help but giggle. You and Shiloh couldn't help but giggle. You had to admit it was a pretty funny sight, especially when Cove didn't know it was there. What?
Oh,
Oh look, Lizzie has one. That's amazing. Shiloh ran to the highest point of the hill, making sure not to lose his hat or backpack along the way. You hummed as the group divided and conquered, shifting your gaze to the dozens of other fireflies sailing around. The game was on. Okay! You had a bandage on your thumb and you tried to be cautious because of that. You had a bandage on your palm, tried to be cautious of that. The 2 bandages on your hand. So many fifflers. Sure, we had a bandage on our palm, why not? Finding one nearby, you approached it with assassin-like stealth, crouching down to make yourself seem like less of a threat. Slowly dragging one foot in front of the other, you crept up towards it, arms outstretched. You closed your hands around the little glowing orb, careful not to crush it. The firefly landed in your palm, almost docile, and you stared down at your prize in delight. Its tiny legs tickled your skin, and you giggled at the sensation. Cove kept up with his own target, but when he tried to grab it, his pink cast waved awkwardly through the air, foiling his efforts to clap his hands around the firefly. Cove watched it vanish into thin air with a dissatisfied expression on his face. Told him to try again, told him about the firefly you had, you made a joke about what happened, you did your own things. This would be such a cute, if not romantic memory. It's super cute. Hey, want to see the one I got? Cove gave one more look in the direction of his lost prize before coming closer and peering at the insect still crawling across your palm. Did he say, "What? What is he, an anime girl?" He's an anime boy! You held out your hand, and he leaned closer, eyes widening a tad behind his glasses. Cove remained hypnotized by the little bug as he inched his hand closer to yours. Ultimately, he settled his fingers lightly over top of the ones you were holding open. It tingled. Aww! Cute boys with crushes. You stayed very still. Last thing you wanted was to accidentally scare the shiny treasure off. Aww, that's adorable. The firefly, noticing the new connection, crawled up to Cove's hand. He quietly gasped. It worked. Yeah, you got one. Cove's lips turned up into a slow smile and his eyes shined brighter than the bug. Thanks, Cygnus. With a laugh, he gave the palm of your hand a friendly smack, performing an awkward low 5. They asked about the band-aid for the picture. They totally did. Yeah, they actually 100% did. Am I romancing him? probably in later, because like later chapters were like much older. So like we'll see. Right now it's really adorable. Pretend we weren't holding hands. Listen, they're kids. They'll figure it out. Startled by the extreme movement, the tiny light disappeared before you could even blink. The firefly was gone. Cursor? I know cursor. I need cursor. Cursor is how I click things. I can't go through this without cursor.
Sorry.
It's a firefly. There we go. You forgave him. There's a million of them. Who cares? It's okay. I couldn't keep it forever.
You're right.
Bugs have to stay outside. Let's get another. You can actually play this game with a controller if you need. I gotta go get my get my pro controller. I've got a gamer mouse. You decided to collect more. Sit in the grass and watch. Let's go get some more. Uh-huh, we can work together. His face broke out into a wide grin. We'll get a bunch. With renewed vigor, you ran out into the hill. Raid. Legacy, what's good, my friend? Welcome in. Thank you for that raid. How y'all doing? Will my shout-out button work? If not, could somebody please shout out Legacy? Shout-out button is being a pain in my butt. Thank you, Pint. Much appreciated. Oh, you were playing Metroid Zero Mission. That's fucking awesome. We are having a super chill night. We are playing a game that was on my game list. It's a visual novel called Our Life Beginnings and Always. It's a super chill game. Very different vibes than we normally have in here tonight. And we're just chilling out and having a good time. How was Metroid Zero Mission? First time I've ever played Metroid. How you digging it? Zero Mission was my first 2D Metroid as well. I may need to buy a keyboard tomorrow and also batteries and other such stuff. Oh no, is your keyboard like broken? You're not sure how much time passed when you were in the thick of it. All you could focus on was the adventure at hand. No critter was safe from your grasp. You just beat the thing shooting fists out of its belly buttons. Oh, that's Kraid! Ah, you just took out Kraid. That's one of the, like, classic Metroid bosses. Well done. Yeah, I just finished playing through all of the 2D Metroid so I could start playing Metroid Dread, which is amazing. If you have a Switch and once you've played a few more Metroids, I highly recommend Dread. It's such a good game. And I really liked Zero Mission, too. It's like Yakuza if Yakuza wasn't anything like Yakuza. That's definitely one way to put it, Alice. Took me like 5 attempts. It's tough. I mean, the Metroid games were never easy games, for sure. Dropped keyboard dongle, can't use it. I'll be able to use it with some fresh batteries, though. Okay, fingers crossed. I hope you can. So, like, this game, basically, it's like a visual novel, and you play as the same character throughout their entire life. And you, befriend the new kid who comes to your town. So you start at like 8 years old, and I think you go up to like teenagehood. It'll be interesting. It'll be a lot of fun. Anyways, desert time. All right, you do your thing, Legacy. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. My witty commentary has devolved to videoed games, so I'm taking that as my cue to go to bed. Okay, Cal. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful night. And I do not know how to enable on-screen keyboard in Windows 10. I'm sorry. I would just, like... I was gonna say type on-screen keyboard, but that's a little fucking redundant, isn't it? At first, you tried to keep a tally of how many more you'd caught. Good night with the fifflers and the boy. Good night. Good luck with the fifflers and the boy. Thank you, Cal. I appreciate it. Tried to keep a tally of how many you'd caught, but once the number grew higher than 10, you had no more fingers left to count with. Which means there's no other numbers. There's only numbers equaling up to your fingers. Every other number is fake. You were having the time of your life, racing up and down the hill with the crash of the ocean and the sound of everyone's laughter echoing in the background. Animal Crossing update dropped 2 days early. Holy shit, have fun with that. That's exciting.
Cygnus.
Cygnus, this way. Is it going to get me back into the game? Probably not. You can't get back into a game you don't own. You followed the sound of Cove's voice to the top of the hill, watching as he stretched his arms in front of him, reaching with his fingers and only narrowly missing his target. Cove and you took turns trying to scare fireflies into the direction of the other. You showed him some techniques that you had learned, like how to cup your hands correctly, and he listened attentively before trying for himself. There were a few times that you almost ran into each other, giggling as you dove to the side at the last moment. Luckily, disaster was avoided each time. Bunny Day ruined it for me. I got so burnt out within the first 2 months. Also, all the good stuff is paid DLC and I have no money. That's fair. That's fair. Sombra's like, wait, fucking what? Sombra, go see if you can get the update. It was an overall huge success, with both of you catching multiple fireflies each. Eventually, the fireflies began to thin out and your energy started to lapse. You decided it was time to call off the hunt. Cove didn't complain. He breathed in heavily and his face seemed really flushed. That was fun. A lot of fun. You smiled at him broadly, happy that he enjoyed the activity. Yeah, it was.
Come on!
Cygnus, Cove, get up here. We're gonna have a race. I'm excited for it, but also New Horizons was handled poorly at first. Now it's complete. I wish I didn't go so hard early on. That's interesting, because I heard a lot of people really liked it. The shouting caught you off guard. It had been quite a while since you heard from Lizzie or Shiloh. Since I played it a day before it released by changing location on my Switch. Oh my god. You glanced over to see them both standing on top of the hill again, Lizzie beckoning to you with quick hand gestures. If she was like that, you knew there wasn't much room for disagreement. Up the incline you went. From the corner of your eye, you saw Cove was coming as well. Ozzy's got Animal Crossing almost a full day earlier. Yeah. It was a perfect game for lockdown, but yeah, now it's basically a full game like previous Animal Crossings. Wow, so they had to DLC the rest of the game? That's kind of brutal. He didn't care for Lizzie a lot, so you thought he might be intrigued just by the idea of a race. Hi.
Cove!
Hey. Cove, you can't roll down the hill, you could hurt your arm again. You'll be the referee for the rest of us. As Lizzie pointed this out, Cove froze in place. Oh, it was that kind of race. He frowned down at his cast. That was the second time it got in the way tonight. What? Yeah, you'll watch and see who gets to the bottom first. That's important. Got it?
I guess.
I guess. When I was playing it, there was no holidays implemented. Oh, wow. Found it, but I'll be typing on mobile, I think. Lurk in a fill water bottle. God damn it, Lizzie continues to be shitty. I really actually don't like her. The cast was sturdy. If he was careful, he could have done it. Lizzie might have just been looking for a reason to make someone else the referee, but it was already decided. I'll stay with Cove. Downloading an update now? Yes, Sombra, get that update.
Really?
Really? Why? You don't have to. It's okay, I want to watch. You moved beside him on top of the hill, even though Lizzie eyed you and made a face. That's not how races work. We only need one referee. The first Bunny Day really suffered from not expecting everyone to be home 24/7 syndrome. Yeah, that's fair. Shrugging your shoulders, you refused to budge, and Lizzie let out a huff before throwing her hands in the air. Fine, I'll be the winner whether you join or not. Lizzie moved to lay down, and Shiloh did the same. Bo stood slightly to the side to get a better vantage point, and you stood next to him. Now down! Cove stood up a little straighter. It seemed like he was taking his newfound referee duties seriously. 3, 2, 1, go! Lizzie and Shiloh took off, letting gravity do the work and rolling at high speed towards the bottom of the hill. You and Cove leaned forward to watch them go, eyes peeled for which of them would reach the bottom first. They were both neck and neck until about halfway down, Lizzie started to veer off to the side, giving Shiloh a huge advantage. She obviously hadn't noticed a thing, and as soon as Shiloh reached the bottom of the hill, he jumped up excitedly and threw his hands in the air. I won! Almost immediately, he fell back onto the grass, still dizzy from his roll down the hill. Lizzie stomped out of the bush she had ended up in, spluttering angrily and brushing leaves from the front of her dress. Not bad, you got lucky. Let's do it again and see who wins for real. Kids, it's time to come in.
Ugh.
No! You snickered, feeling grateful you hadn't been part of the mini debacle. You caught Cove's eyes and saw he was doing the same. Especially since Animal Crossing came out as lockdown happened. Yeah, it's true. Also, Lizzie just got wrecked by Mom. It had gotten late and was beginning to feel just a bit chilly as you made your way out of the hills, but the cold in the air hadn't dampened anyone's spirits. Salt Bree, oh my goodness, hello! How are you doing? Good to see you, welcome in. We're having a super chill time. We're playing a visual novel tonight. It's basically, I feel like this is actually just an excuse to get me to narrate a story. We are going to be doing a storytime stream as the next sub-goal, which is exciting. How are you, Bree? How's everything going? Oh, thank you for the biddies! Thank you for the 25 biddies, Bree. Not bad. Gonna hop on the new Animal Crossing DLC soon. Yeah, people were just talking about the fact that it dropped early. It had gotten late and was beginning to feel just a bit chilly as you made your way out of the hills, but the cold in the air hadn't dampened anyone's spirits. The four of you walked back home together, side by side, down your neighborhood street, discussing the evening, each person trying to prove that they were the one who caught the most fireflies. You knew that whoever really did catch the most didn't matter much anyway. All that mattered was that you had a good time, which, judging by the smiles on everyone's faces, you did. I'm agonizingly waiting for the download to finish right now. Hell yes, Sombra, you got this. It's so relaxing to listen to this music and your silky smooth narration. Mara, thank you. This is like a free sample for what I'm going to do when I do the book reading stream, because my whole plan for that is to like take requests for short stories and poems and stuff, and we'll just have a chill vibe, and we're going to read stuff, and it'll be a fun time. Nice. Nice. Oh, that ended quicker than I thought it was going to end. I thought it was going to be a longer section. Alright, we'll do one more. We'll do one more before we end for the night. Let's do Long Day. Actually, hang on. Will this... Menu. Yes. Long Day sounds like it's going to be long. Let's do Sandcastle. This is why I was lurking and listening. I'm lying on the sofa and it was sleepy until I heard Animal Crossing an update. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Cove wasn't able to do many things that summer. When you, him, and Shiloh sat out on the shoreline one bright morning, you could tell he wanted to be in the water. So excited, gonna put it up soon. Hell yeah, I am really happy that the Animal Crossing fans are feasting today. Working on that download, hell yeah, look at y'all go. But there was no way he'd be swimming anytime soon, not with his cast. The waves washed a single shell to shore, glittering in blue. Another reminder of the places he couldn't go. A Seers unite! Hell yeah. Pardon me. From what you heard about Cove's old life so far, in tiny pieces and fragments, you could tell that he'd do anything to get that cast off. Like, make a pact with a witch or something, just to get it off his arm. You thought about how his summer last year must have been totally different from this, with his old home and his mom and his dad. But now he was here, with you and Shiloh and Lizzie and everyone else, and he couldn't even go into the sea. This town wasn't bad, it had all your favorite things in it. But sitting there on the same beach you'd grown up on, you could understand that not everybody else felt the same way about Sunset Bird as you did. I've been so excited about this update, I had to factor it into my birthday plans to make sure I had time to play. Hell yeah, Sombra. You watched him from the corner of your eye quietly, and he finally said aloud what you had been pondering. I wish I could go in. The Assassin's Creed versus Animal Crossing AC fight. I mean, my initial thought is that Assassin's Creed has it if it's a fight to the death, but Isabelle is there, and Isabelle is basically a Doomslayer, so it might not be as one-sided as I thought. It's right up there with the Mortal Kombat Mario Kart MK fight. The water? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna be able to do it soon. Cove only sighed in response. Apparently soon wasn't soon enough. Assassin's Crossing? Animal Creed? Assassin's Crossing feels like an Assassin's Creed fighting game. Animal Creed sounds like Druid from D&D the game. Whereas, and listen, if there is a, Bayburn, if there is a company that would make a kart racer out of their fighting game, it's NetherRealm Studios. Mortal Kombat kart racing is more likely to happen than any other fighting game, and I would buy that shit day one. It's so pretty, the ocean. And huge. There could be anything out there, like mermaids.
yeah.
Yeah. Swimming might be fun if we could. They put a kart racer in Smite? Oh my god. Isabelle could do Ezio's job, but could Ezio do Isabelle's? Ezio could do Isabelle's job in, I think, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. One of them, you have to do that kind of management, but I still think Ezio is the one who's actually competent at the end of the day. There are other assassins that definitely could not do Isabelle's job. It was so janky. It was a janky and shit Mario Kart ripoff, but it was really fun. That's awesome. Marvel versus Capcom 2 kart, though. Somebody, please. Can somebody please make this happen? Capcom, Marvel, Disney, I guess. Marvel versus Cap Kart. I'm just saying. Marvel versus Cap Kart. It would be like Mario Kart Double Dash, but with the Marvel vs. Capcom characters. Make it happen. I'm giving you this idea for free, Marvel, Disney, Capcom. It's a free idea. I don't even want any money for it. I just want to live in a world where this game exists. I'll buy that shit day one. I'll pre-order the special edition. I'll get the, like, Ryu and Wolverine golf cart figurine that comes with it and proudly display it on my shelf. Make it happen. Please. Why does my stream turn into me pitching stuff to people? Like, all the time. All the time I just pitch stuff to people. I'm giving these free ideas to everybody. This is why you need me on your game dev team. I have the best ideas. I just need other people to come up with them because I can't fucking... I'm an ideas guy. Just gotta get competent people who can actually code. I'm the guy in every game dev company that everyone else fucking hates. Because I'm just like, Marvel versus Capcart, make it happen, and then like shoot 2 shots of whiskey and like chug a fucking latte and walk away. Meanwhile, all the people who actually are talented in the company are just like, ugh. I can say confidently, some of Pang's biggest things come from quick random suggestions from me. Bay, you are fantastic, and I'm glad to have you in this community. But it's not like there's anything we can do about it. God, don't tell me I'm gonna make a box art for Marvel vs. Capcom. See, this is the pipeline. This is the problem. The pipeline is somebody puts a dumb idea into my head, I spin with it, and then Alice is like, "Fuck, I have to draw this now," and it's just the true Salt King stream shitpost pipeline, where it goes from concept to idea to concept art in like a day, and it's wild. I brought this upon myself, Alice. I fucking adore you. Somebody get that high quality rendering of the box art, then Capcom at Capcom on Twitter. Update is installing. Hell yeah, Sombra. I mean, it's a thing. Cage Match came from my brain doing weird and random things. Yeah, and I fucking love that song, and I'm really, really excited to see what random ideas people throw at me on Sunday when we do it all again. Let's see, I have 2 shitposts to draw tomorrow. Let's fucking go. I love how Alice is like keeping a list of the stupid shit that gets said in my stream. I was like, I'll draw that, I'll draw that, I'll draw that. Alice, if you draw that Salt Anakin Skywalker shitpost and you put that shit on a transparency, I'll put that on a t-shirt. Same with the Spine Shark. If you get any, if you're comfortable with it, any of these shitposts, if you can get them on a transparency for me, I'll put that shit on t-shirts in a heartbeat. Or like coffee mugs. Someday you're gonna have someone who just types everything you say like the courtroom person. Oh god, I don't need somebody taking minutes on the bullshit that comes out of my mouth. I'll even render them better. Oh my god, Alice! Saline stenographer? No, that's a bad idea. We do not need a saline stenographer. That's a bad idea. Obviously, not interested in hearing much more of your input on the situation. Cove turned back to the water. Oops, I pissed off Cove again. But as he looked away, something about Shiloh's slow, careful movements caught his eye. Hey, are you building a sandcastle? Sort of. I was only playing around while you were talking. I'm listening. Maybe I could too. I've only made big piles before. That's basically Pint with all the clips. That is true. That is true. Pint does an upsettingly good job of keeping a record of all of my nonsense. It's really nothing special. I'm sure you'll be good at it right away. Well, how do you do it then? Shiloh's cheeks lit up. You could tell he was a little bit uncomfortable to have Cove's expectant stare on him. I'll play too. I love making sand stuff. Never really made one before. There's nothing else to do. Can I get some sand? Can I get some sand anger in chat?
Okay.
Okay. He put his hands back to his seashells and sand and nodded. Fuck sand. Sand! All my homies hate sand. Sand! Just one of these. Just one of these. I don't do a lot. Here's how I like to get a house started. Shiloh, focusing more intently than you'd ever seen him, guided Cove through his process. Happily used your own method. It didn't take long for the 3 of you to each have humble structures prepared. That's all, kind of. You can do anything now, like make it bigger, add some seashells, carve a pretty pattern. I bet you'll have great ideas.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it bigger. Mine's gonna be a real castle.
Cool.
Cool. This is gonna be a house. Looking at the base of your sandcastle, you decided to make a house, a castle, a mansion. We are the Salt King. The Salt King must have a castle. Looking at the base of your sandcastle, you decided to build a fancy castle. The better part of the next hour was spent focusing on your own work. The boys were the same. Shiloh didn't even sneak as many peeks as everyone else as he usually did. I agree, you do need a castle. Bree! One day, the Sodium Court will have a real castle. It'll be great. That's the goal. That's the goal. One day. When I can do this full time, we'll use the money and buy a castle. It'll be the stream castle. It'll be great. I don't care if I have to move to fucking Scotland to do it. We'll make it happen. What did I just notice? The Assassin's Creed album in the back? Heck yeah. It's I got that there because I love Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I got the special edition way back in the day. And I love a good pirate flag. There's a few fun things. Okay, hang on. There's a few fun things on that wall. On the wall behind me, if I can. Come here. Let's see here. Let's see if we can do this. So up at the top here, we got a Magikarp. We got my Blue Shells Ruining Friendship Since 1996 poster. This is the City of Ass from Magic the Gathering. If you want to know what the card art looks like, type in City of Ass. It's a joke card. This, you can't see it because of the lights, but this is a Skarmory from Pokemon, and it says, "Every day I'm shuffling," and it's wearing crazy glasses. Way over here, we got my Team Valor, because I still represent Team Valor, and we've got my Lucio concert poster as well, and some Breath of the Wild above my head. Is it because of Pirates or because of Assassin's Creed? Because One Piece has some pretty good pirate merch. It's because both Pirates and Assassin's Creed, and I could never get into One Piece. No disrespect to it, everybody who enjoys it, please enjoy One Piece, that's fucking amazing. But at this point in time, whenever somebody says to me, yeah, it's got 1,000 episodes, but you can cut out like 200 of them, it's too much. My brain cannot handle that much of a show. What? Uh-oh, I have upset Bayburn. Uh-oh, I've upset Bayburn. Whoever says cut out 200 is lying. Did I hear Team Valor as in Pokemon Go? Hell yeah, I'm Team Valor. I don't really play Pokemon Go anymore. I hit 40. I know they moved the cap to 50. But I eventually hit level 40 and I was like, my game here is done. I don't even think there's 200 filler episodes. Really? Then I really can't watch it. If there's like 1,000 episodes that you have to watch, I can't do it. Team Mystic best team? I mean, you say that, and like I love y'all. I love and appreciate your opinions, even when you have the wrong one. It's okay. One Piece has like an 11% filler rate. Oof. Hell yeah, Mystic. No, Pella, you get out of here. Team Valor all the way. Compared to Naruto 45. I didn't watch Naruto either. You got... Okay, Bae, you have to remember. Bae. I'm 31. So, my anime starter kit was not Naruto or One Piece. My anime starter kit was, like, DBZ and, like, first season Pokemon. And Inuyasha, yeah, exactly. DBZ, hell fucking yeah, me too. Toonami, baby, Toonami, let's go. Yeah. I was too young when Inuyasha was being put on Adult Swim. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, like I've seen every single episode of Dragon Ball Z, including all the filler episodes. Bleh. Mystic for life. Oh my god, my chat is full of Team Mystic. It's okay, I still love you all. It's fine. Articuno is my favorite of the birds, and blue, specifically royal blue, is my favorite color. It was a done deal quickly. Articuno is great. Blue is a great color, obviously. Obviously, I like blue, right? But I am the most fire sign to ever fire sign a fire sign. I am a double Leo. I'm the most extroverted motherfucker, and I was like Team Fire. When I play D&D, I'm an evocation sorcerer, and I use fire spells primarily. Team Valor all the way. Fire, let's go. Me who has never played Pokemon Go. It's okay, Alice, you're fine. Don't worry about it. The only time I've seen someone was like 8 years old in a hotel room during a wedding, watching anime late at night, not knowing what was happening. Inuyasha is a really cool show. Counterpoint, in what way am I fire? I mean, it's literally on your head, Pella. You keep giving me shit for it, but I'm on the right team. No, Pella, you need to be on Team Valor. You need to be on my team so we can do raids together. It doesn't matter anyway at this point. I'm not playing anymore. Urban Tequila, are you also Team Mystic? Yeah, you're also Team Mystic, aren't you, Urban? Or are you Team Valor? I forget now. It seems you got done so fast because they already searched around for extra decorations. Yep, Mystic. Yeah, all of you Mystics. It's fine. It's fine. Shiloh had grabbed most of the really interesting stuff, and Cove had a lot of the shells, but there were still options. The first thing you reached for was... red bottle cap, blue seashell, green piece of sea glass. Ooh. Let's get that bottle cap. That'll be worth money after the apocalypse. It was the best fit for your castle, you decided. And it seemed like the lid from the sports drink that Lizzie was trying to convince your moms to let her try. I'm also a Scorpio, so water sign, so blue, so Team Mystic. Ah, fair enough. Scorpio! So you put it in a funny place where it would take a second look to see it. Pleased with your result, you finally took a proper look around that wasn't focused on the sand itself. Both Cove and Shiloh seemed super immersed still. You knew you would probably sneak a peek at either one's work. We want to see Cove's sandcastle. The castle Cove had built looked surprisingly tidy, especially for someone in a cast. He must have worked really hard. He wasn't even finished digging the huge gaping moat in front, but it was already enormous. You got the sense from the enthusiasm that he was digging with that the doctor was probably going to find a bunch of sand when he finally removed the pink plaster. The silence was then broken. What's on the top of yours, Shiloh? You peek closer and discover something shiny sticking out of Shiloh's sand chimney. Oh, it's a gum wrapper. It looks like smoke.
Neat.
It's good. That's smart. Be an architect. You'd be good at it, Shiloh. Shiloh smiled without a word. And that was that for the current topic. Cygnus, can I see what you did? Sure. You scooted just a bit nearer and began surveying your work. The castle you built was pretty impressive, all things considered. It had archways, tall walls, and even a little moat circling it. You'd probably feel safe living here. Maybe your moms were the queens. Yeah, they are! Shiloh quickly decided to jump into the new conversation. Hey, Cygnus, what did you do? This is my castle. Shiloh didn't look so happy anymore. You both built castles?
Yeah.
Yeah? Aw, that's neat how you guys match. It's too bad we didn't all do it. Next time we should. Wouldn't that be boring? If something is the only one of that thing, it makes it special. Oh, I'm sorry, Cove. Yeah, for sandcastles and stuff. People too. My dad always says how everybody is their own man, a real individual. I don't think I'm very special.
Why?
Why not? Nobody else is you. Shiloh simply shook his head. I'm not different. A beat passed between the two. Then Cove looked down at his own work again. Okay. Cove was actually trying to be encouraging for someone. Cove was really cheering Shiloh on there. That's really cute. Something that always bothers me is that I'm an Aquarius, which is an air sign. I fit the sign very well, but I always had to wonder why I wasn't a water sign. Fair enough, Mikey. Capricorn here. Hell yeah, Capricorn. I have a Capricorn moon, Bree, so hell yeah. I think. Pretty sure. I'm feeling Shiloh so hard here right now. I've immediately identified with Shiloh. Aw, Pella. I have really come around to Shiloh. It literally was, the game literally pitched this character in the worst way possible. Honestly, no clue whether a Leo makes sense for me. I think you've got some Leo energy. You just put it through... Alice, the Leo energy comes through in your art, I find. He didn't seem to be bothered leaving the disagreement hanging there. Cove had other things on his mind. My dad tried to get me to make sandcastles the first time we came to this beach. I didn't want to. Cove trailed off. Again, there was a moment of silence. Shiloh shifted and opened his mouth to say something, but Cove spoke up before he could. You didn't think he noticed that Shiloh was going to talk. Hey, do you know what happened when your moms met my dad, Cygnus? Uh-oh. You don't understand science stuff? It's all good fun, Bayburn. It's all just good fun anyway. Scorpio Sun and Rising, Cancer Moon. Yo, Sombra, you and I both have the double going. My Sun and Rising are the same too. That's wild. And the ND Passion. Hell yeah, Alice. I'm curious how Leo and Aquarius was put to interact, though it helps I love felines. I like to think Leo gets along with everybody. That is decidedly not true, but I like to think it. You waited to see if Shiloh would say what he wanted to. When he didn't, you considered Cove's question. I wasn't there. They didn't tell me. I just remember what happened when I met your dad. Oh no, are we gonna lie to him? Mr. Holden had been a weird stranger then. Well, he was still kinda strange. No other parent acted like him. But you knew him better at this point. Now that you thought about it, it made a lot of sense that Cove's dad talked to him about people being unique. You were pulled from your thoughts when Cove continued.
Oh.
Oh, well, I was there. I don't think my mom has met your dad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she hasn't. Cygnus's parents and my dad met the same day I met him. I'm gonna say what happened. Shiloh frowned to himself, ducking his head. His hat cast a shadow over his face. You could tell he was still upset about not being included in Cove's choice of topic. Aww. That was kind of boring for him. Though giving people their own turn to say things they want is important too. Yeah, Cove's gonna be mad at me, but Shiloh has been trying to talk here. We were talking, just not right now. I'm talking to you. He can listen. Shiloh's expression barely flickered at the words. He still looked put off. Shit. Cove continued like the interruption hadn't happened. He was determined to tell the tale. When we moved here, we didn't bring a lot of things with us. Only some stuff that would fit in Dad's car. We didn't even get a moving truck. I sat in there while Dad brought it all inside. I didn't want to get out because I knew Dad would make me look around the new house, and I really didn't want to do that. His lips twisted into a frown as he recalled that. Then I saw your moms. They were in a car too and stopped at your house. Guess they were coming back from somewhere or something. My dad noticed. He waved his hand and went over to the front of your house and he started talking to them. I didn't know offhand, but you're a Leo moon and Taurus rising. Yee, that Leo, let's go. So like, wait, hang on. Bree, that's actually really cool then, because if you're a Leo moon and I'm a Cap moon, that means we have trading suns and moons. That's pretty fun. I don't know what they said. I couldn't hear this. How do I find this out? There's a few places that you can go, like birth chart analyzers and stuff like that. I can't remember the one that I used. CoStar also works, it's true. You can also do the CoStar app. I don't know what they said, I couldn't hear it. But he couldn't see me anymore since he was looking the other way. So I opened the car door and I left. I wanted to get away and I went behind the houses. Found those hills there. The ones where we met for the first time. Cove nodded, then stared at you. You stared back. He didn't go on to say anything more. Aren't you gonna finish your story? Cove's brow wrinkled like he didn't understand why you were surprised.
Huh?
That's all that happened. Ooh, all of these are mean. You're welcome. Even if not much happened, you weren't going to complain about knowing the story. I can never find out my moon because no one remembers when I was born. Oh, that sucks, Bella. Shiloh's mouth twisted into a scowl of disbelief, but he said nothing. Why'd you bring that up anyway? There was a slight shrug of Cove's shoulders.
Well...
I was thinking about it because of the sandcastle. It made me remember when I moved back there. Dad showed me the beach first, before we went back to the car to unpack. He was really excited about it for some reason. Meme crimes in the Discord? Oh no. Oh no. Holy shit. Hang on. Hang on. Oh my god. Wow. One sec. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm gonna share here. Don't worry. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just literally trying to pull it up. You spend 30 minutes doing that on your phone, maybe? Oh my fucking god. Okay, okay, okay. Hang on. Hang on. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm crying. Oh my fucking god. This right here, Capcom, make this happen, please. This can be the exact art. I will pay $79.99 Canadian dollars for this tomorrow. I'm proud that I fit Mario's thumb in the hole, the two left in Wolverine's. Oh my god. That is art. That is art. Holy shit. Okay, we need to finish this chapter. I am dying. Cove's brows furrowed a little more as he quietly raked his hands through the sand. I get it. You thought maybe Mr. Holden wasn't that excited about the beach and was instead hoping Cove might be. But the line of conversation had come to its end. Even Cove was done with it, but some other topic had popped into his head. Shiloh fidgeting uncomfortably in the sand had made Cove aware of his presence again. They looked at each other and you could only wonder what this might be about. Hey Shiloh. Yeah? Why are you always turning so red, even when nothing is happening? Oh, Cove, you are so blunt. Clearly startled, he jerked back. Neither you or Shiloh had expected that to be how he got included in the conversation again. I don't know, I guess. Okay, it's kind of weird. Cove, what is going on with you today, buddy? Shiloh's eyes were wide with embarrassment and his lips twitched, and he was blushing even harder than before. Maybe it wasn't only this, but perhaps it was simply the last straw, but it was a big deal to Shiloh, a huge deal. He didn't just look sad, he almost looked panicked. You weren't sure if he was about to cry or run away or what, but you soon got an answer. Why do you wear glasses? Most kids don't wear glasses, and nobody's named Cove.
Who asked you to come?
Who asked you to come? It's probably just your dad bugging Cygnus' family some more because you don't have anyone else who will ever play with you. Yeah, you done pissed him off, Cove. Holy shit. Cove blinked. The tension on the beach was suddenly uncomfortable in a way you didn't know how to laugh off. It didn't seem like the kind of thing that he'd get upset about, though you hadn't ever known what kind of thing would bother Shiloh. Sagittarius with Libra ×2? Oh, hell yeah, bae. I'm sorry. Me too, I was just wondering. Yeah, you can only push someone so far. Absolutely, no. Cove was being being shitty there. Absolutely. Day's gonna be over soon. Cygnus, you're right. The sun is going down so fast. They all went back to making more sand buildings, but the whole mood had changed. Shiloh's cheeriness was clearly gone, and Cove looked confused as ever about why the other boy had blown up. The air stayed uncomfortable the rest of the afternoon, right up to the moment where Shiloh's mom appeared at the beach to take him home. At least you tried to do something to resolve it, though, and it seemed like it helped. Even though Shiloh's smile when he said goodbye to Cove wavered, it stayed as bright as ever for you. That had to count for something. But with Shiloh gone and the sun going down, you knew it was time for you and Cove to head to your own houses. The two of you trailed out of the park together toward the neighborhood. The walk home was quiet. You passed by familiar landmarks, shoes something against the sidewalk in near perfect unison. Cove was clearly caught up in thinking about something. Something was definitely up, so you chose to reach out to him and ask. Hey Cove, is everything okay? You're making a funny face. Oh, I was just wondering. Cove fell silent again for a few more seconds and sighed. Why'd Shiloh act like that when I said he was all read a lot? Being a baby, you're being rude to him. Didn't make fun of him. He gets embarrassed. I don't know, it's just Shiloh. Gonna suck, but once again, I ain't gonna lie. You're being rude to him. No, I wasn't. It looked like that to me, and I wasn't just saying that one thing. You're not very nice to Shiloh. I didn't mean it like that. Shiloh's kind of weird to talk to. See, that's kind of rude. I guess I can get it, why he would do that. Sometimes I get really mad too. Despite seemingly coming to a conclusion, Cove's mood was still sour. Hey, Cygnus, was Shiloh telling the truth? You're 100% Team Shiloh? Aw, Pella. Huh? His gaze left yours as he dug into the sole of his shoe in the ground. He looked oddly vulnerable for a second. Does my dad make you hang out with me? I know he talks to your moms about that a lot. An uncomfortable weight settled in your chest at the question. You liked spending time with Cove. You didn't have to think hard about it. You knew you did. But you couldn't help feeling guilty. Cove still didn't know what happened when you met Mr. Holden. Nope. I'm lying. I did take that initial money, but I'm here not because of that. Cove's shoulders relaxed. You hadn't even noticed that he had tensed up. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Anyway. I mean, I feel like at this point you're not being forced. Yeah. I'm an 8-year-old who was offered $20. I'm gonna say yes to it. I didn't think you were pretending. I just wanted to make sure it was okay, is all.
Thanks.
Thanks for telling me. Your throat tightened. It was hard to meet Cove's earnest gaze again. Keeping secrets was hard. You're welcome. By now, the two of you were on the sidewalk near your house. It was time to part ways. We're gonna go for the hug! Yeah, we're going for the hug. If I was that kid, I would have taken the money and probably spent it on Cove anyways. See, this is what I'm upset about, is we haven't got to spend the money yet. If it was up to me, I would have been like, let's go to the movies together. Done. You stepped forward and wrapped your arms around him tightly. You turned your head, resting your cheek on his shoulder. Cove stood there awkwardly with his hands at his sides. He wasn't much of a hugger, but you didn't get the impression he was unhappy that you were. Bye, Cove. See you tomorrow. Yeah, bye, Cygnus. You pulled away, then jogged towards your house. When you looked back, you saw Cove making his way back home too. As if he felt your eyes on him, he turned around. He waved. You did too. You still felt unsure about what you were supposed to do with the deal Cove's dad had offered. You didn't want to say something bad or something you shouldn't. You had no idea how Cove would take it either. It would be terrible if it made him feel bad. What if he didn't want to play with you anymore? You might change your mind sometime. There was always tomorrow after all, but for now, it was something you were definitely going to keep to yourself. With a final look, you went inside your house. Done! Boom. And with that, I'm going to quickly save it. And then that is that for tonight. Hell yeah, everybody. This was really, really fun, actually. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel. I'm going to actually put that back on. There we go. Now that I don't have the bright light of the game. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about doing a visual novel, actually, but this was actually really fun. And the storytelling is really good. Even if there are parts of it I don't agree with, the storytelling is still good, even if I don't necessarily like the actions of the characters. Which is actually the sign of a good story, right? So we will be continuing this next week. Hopefully we can get the DLC stuff sorted out in time so that we can make sure we're doing all the stuff in each chapter. But this was really, really cool. And I'm excited to keep going for it.